dad built that one.
Oh.
Check it out.
Okay, yeah. live.
Okay, that's my cute little one. I like mine better. Okay. Special commission meeting Tuesday, March 26, 2024 at 6 o'clock p.m. Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
I'm setting a time.
I said what? What did I say, 7 o'clock? Just 5 minutes. Look, you hear me? Look. Okay. Okay. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Here.
Acting Clerk Commissioner Kashem,
Yes.
Clerk Commissioner Hodgkins,
Here.
Vice Mayor Morset,
Here.
Mayor Mohammed.
Here.
We have quorum.
Okay. Are there any deletions or withdrawals to the agenda? Nope. Are there any public comments related to agenda items, good and welfare?
Nope.
Okay, cool. New business. Okay, so we are here today to basically introduce the town and the commission to the engineers that were approved by the CCNA list that went out in 2021 or 2022? 22. Okay, thank you. See, you guys actually do listen to me. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was basically go over the CCNA guidelines and then have you guys each do a 5-minute or less presentation. 5-minute or less. Okay, just making sure everybody heard me. Presentation so that we can all be familiar with what you guys do. And then after that, we're going to go into our CIP plan and discuss those things. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the attorney, Brian Sherman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. If I may, and for the commission, I've been asked just to give a brief introduction regarding CCNA and as far as some of the questions as far as why we're here and how we're going to proceed. Overall, CCNA, the city has a process. It's a legally approved process where you have continuing contracts. You've gone out to bid for those contracts, and you have a list of approved vendors. Under CCNA, for professional services such as engineering agreements, there are different types of procurement that you have to follow in order based on the amount of the contract offered. You can go either as far as the direct solicitation, competitive, but you have a continuing contract. Now, these are not mutually exclusive. When you have the continuing contracts as you do, you can the town can select the highest and best firm for those particular projects and assign those projects as long as you're within the thresholds. It's $500,000 for your studies and consulting, and right now it's $4 million for construction contracts. It's anticipated to increase. There's a bill that is on its way to the governor that will increase that threshold, if approved, to $7.5 million. All the engineers that you have on your CCNA continuing contract list are approved. You can use them as you see fit, and you are legally allowed to assign those contracts to, again, the highest and most qualified firm. You're not allowed to have any consultants or engineers on that list competitively. When you have continuing contracts, you can't have them competitively bid for any contracts or assignments that you're giving as a continuing contract. So I believe this is going to be an introduction for the commission. I know there's a lot of new commissioners to at least familiarize themselves with all the approved vendors, which are, I believe most, if not all, are here today, who are on the city's list to say, here's what we do, who we are, and how we can assist the town. Madam Mayor?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So with that being said, the first one on the hot seat is the Beta Jones Group.
So 5 minutes only?
Or less. Emphasizing
Make it
the
brief.
or less.
Perfect. PowerPoint presentation, please. Pembroke Park folder, the PowerPoint presentation there. Beta Jones Group, 2024. Where do I, is this where? Where do I click? Do you click?
Is
You
the
have the clicker.
microphone working?
Which direction is he pointing to click it, though?
Perfect.
And if you could just state your name and address in association with the company as you approach the podium.
My name is Luis Betayaluz. I am principal and a professional licensed civil engineer with the Beta Jones Group. I'm here to represent the firm. We're a civil engineering consulting firm. I'll go very brief. We do a lot of private and municipal projects, about 50-50 breakdown. A lot of our specialties in municipal are parks and sports fields, a lot of water and sewer type of improvements as well. Here's a track and field that was certified with the IAAF and United States Track and Field. We're headquartered in Miami, Florida. We have offices in Orlando, Florida. We serve not just the Tri-County area, but all the counties in between. A lot of buildings, new developments, redevelopments. We have a lot of continuing education, continuing contracts with here in Broward County, in Miami-Dade County, and in Monroe County. Services, drainage systems, grading and floodplain analysis, urban stormwater, permitting with all types of agencies, whether they're local agencies, state agencies, water management districts. Do a lot of cost estimates, peer reviews, contract administration services throughout construction. So from an idea all the way through the construction process, we're there to serve you. That's just some of the projects we've worked in. Single family, multifamily, residential, retail centers, shopping centers, restaurants, medical buildings, golf courses, country clubs, universities, theme parks, government buildings, roadway systems. A lot of hydrologic studies. Okay, relevant municipal park projects. We've worked with large parks, West End District Regional Park, Master Stormwater Plan, which we had to permit with. It's a park right next to an airport. They wanted a huge recreational lake. We had to permit with the FAA to make sure that minimize any birds in the flight path of any plane. And also with U.S. Florida Fish and Wildlife, we also had to get a major state permit with the Water Management District as well. We have sports fields. We do, for Miami-Dade County Youth Fair, 88, a huge property. We basically recertified their sanitary sewer systems. St. Thomas University, sports fields, we've also certified their sanitary sewer system. Currently working with City of Miami Beach in the renovation and addition of their amphitheater, the Badshaw Amphitheater project. In the past, we've worked with Zoo Miami, not just in their amphitheater. We did a third-party value analysis that saved millions of dollars in construction in that improvement project. We do a lot of ADA projects. We work with Pinecrest Botanical Gardens, basically in redoing the entire park's pathways to be ADA compatible. St. Thomas is investing a lot of money in their sports teams, and we basically assisted them in designing and permitting their sports fields in record time. 30 days to design, 30 days to permit. We worked day and night on that project because they had an aggressive schedule. And the reason I'm mentioning that is that we are committed to our client to make sure things move fast, and if we need to work after hours, we will. We also map old sanitary sewer systems, whether it's a 127-acre university, a single site, or an entire city system. We have all the equipment in-house. Okay. LEED certified project Live Like Bella Park in Homestead, Florida, just outside of Homestead. And many years ago, under a different firm, we did work with the I-95 pump station, which is part of the system with City Pembroke Road and City of Hollywood, City of Hallandale project. That was a big undertaking. Golf and Country Club in Panama. Wetland restorations. The Promenade in Coconut Creek. Neighborhood centers. Worked with every single airport in Miami-Dade County, and we worked with the Department of Homeland Security here in Broward County and some of the airports. Private and public clients, a lot of big names. Bank of America, we have a national contract with them in multi-states for ADA studies of their entire sites and acquisitions. That's it. If you have any questions.
Yes, I do. For the master plan for the park, how long it will take? Like you did already one, right?
That's correct.
So how long it will take for you to make it done?
Depending on the size of the park, depending on how far you want to go in the master plan, but we can turn a master plan around within 30 days. You know, if you need some permits involved or anything like that, it depends on the jurisdictional agency. But we can start throwing ideas at you, you know, the plan and the studies within a 30-day period to begin the dialogue.
If someone already started and if we choose you to do it, so how you start it? Like whenever they like start it and then you will start over, or just you will say, no, I'm not going to accept it in my company, choosing my way to do it, start it like because we are in short term and we have to finish that project, I believe it's like within 2 months. So how it will be start if we give it to you, this project?
The number one thing that we do in the very beginning is we meet with you. We sit down with you and we listen to what you want first from your perspective, and then us technically we think about, okay, what does it take to deliver this, and that, and then present you with that information. We give you guidance and ideas of previous projects, but ultimately it's your park, your project. So the first thing we do to answer your question is we meet with you. We request a meeting with you.
And also for the amphitheaters, like what do you think, what's the budget will be? I know it's depend on the design, but as like just like the idea for the amphitheater.
You mean the design, the design of it? Well, you have has to work with the different sound and the different the location. It also has to do with the aesthetics. Okay, we could present ideas on that. Location on the park, and as far as permitting, we can tell you what you'll have to permit. What seating, how many people do you want? Capacity, the whole works, and how big do you want it? Do you want some underground rooms, additional rooms within the amphitheater, or do you want some more rooms as separate building additions?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect.
Does anyone else have any questions of the Bate and Jones Group? Nope. If not, thank you very much. We appreciate that
Thank you
presentation.
for your time.
Thank you. The next one up is Calvin Giordano and Associates.
Hello.
State your name for the record. Susie, make me a copy. I don't want to write all over this paper. I know that's right now. Does everybody else want a copy of just the list of all the engineering firms?
Yes.
Yes,
I do.
please.
Give me 2 seconds while she gets that situated.
Yay. Test one, pass. Brought it back up. Should I wait for her to come back?
Yes.
Please.
Excuse me. Between you and me, I'll be 20.
I'm returning that. Okay. Take one and pass it down, please. Thank you.
Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good evening. I'm Jenna Martinetti. I am the Director of Engineering at Calvin Giordano and Associates and the project manager for our current continuing services contract. Quick agenda. Just go through our qualifications. If you don't know us, we've been in the South Florida area for 87 years. Doing the continuing services contracts and municipal engineering is really our bread and butter. That's what we do. From a professional services standpoint, we do engineering anywhere from water, sewer, drainage, roadway, electrical, traffic engineering, transportation planning, and then we have construction engineering and inspection in-house, construction administration, landscape architecture and urban design, land use planning and planning services for assisting municipalities, GIS, survey, and we do remote plan review. These are our offices with our headquarters in Fort Lauderdale and really our main satellite office in West Palm Beach, but we do have staff in the other locations as well. Here is just a quick brief view of what we have going on right now. We're just wrapped up for the town of Pembroke Park, the police build out, which yay, we had the grand opening yesterday, so that's exciting to get that one under our belt and done. I did have ongoing because I prepared this before yesterday, but the Oglesby Park perimeter lighting upgrades we did a few years ago. Some of you may remember that. We had the town hall generator evaluation report, which was done within the last year as well, and we do offer your building department assistance. These are just quickly some of the other municipalities and pictures of projects that we do work for. We did a large pump station in Hallandale Beach, drainage pump station. I'll talk a little bit more about that. That had new pipes. We do CDBG projects for them as well. Town of Davie, we've done Nova Drive. Again, I'll have that roundabout. I have a picture later on to show a little more. We do water and sewer upgrades for them. We also do plan review for them for their traffic engineering plan review and landscape architecture plan review. We do surveying, writing of easements. Any of the, we assist with their surtax applications as well. City of Miami Beach, we do a lot of parks. We recently completed the North Beach Open Space Park, a linear park along the beach there. We also are assisting them with their A1A upgrades in Lummis Park there. We have done generator upgrades and evaluations for them as well. In Weston, we do all of their site planning, so their planning, engineering, landscape architecture, traffic engineering reviews, as well as engineering permitting reviews. We also have projects within Weston. Right now, we're working on a surtax-funded roadway project for them, and we offer inspections and building support services as well. Dania Beach, the same. We help them with their site plan review. We also have water and sewer projects with them, and construction, engineering, inspection, and program management. Pembroke Pines as well. I know I'm on time limit, so I'll go through these kind of quickly. City of Fort Lauderdale, same. We replaced the fields at Mills Pond Park. Those are new turf fields there. Converting those, we're also working on turf conversion for the town of Davie and a pickleball court conversion for the town of Davie and pickleball court for Boca Raton, Greater Park and Beach District. So we also have the sports fields, which you see here. This was just our project team that was submitted with the RFQ originally. We are all still here. Just got 1 or so more years of experience than the last time we submitted it. But as I said, we do water, wastewater, drainage, surveying, mapping, electrical, construction engineering. These are some of the municipalities that we do work for. As I mentioned, the CCNA contracts are really a lot of what we do. It's what we're built on. It's what we like to do and assist everyone with. Ooh, not sure what happened there. This is the Nova Drive project. It was a CIGP funded project done for the town of Davie. We did a roundabout, medians, completed about a year ago. A lot of exfiltration trench and a lot of permitting through many different agencies. This is the drainage project I mentioned. It had a major pumping station, 17 stormwater injection wells that we did. A very interesting and unique project because we actually pressurized the stormwater injection wells, which is one of the first ones, first few that are done and allowed by FDEP. And a very unique project as well, as an example, is a small pocket park in Coral Gables. It actually takes the overflow from the Venetian pools being pumped out and cleaned every night. And so we created a park around that, and you see like in the top right, the pond, and that allows for the water to go through, percolate in. They didn't want to take away the ability for the park, the land to function, but they wanted to turn it into a park. So it was a really cool project. Also put in crosswalks around there to get people there and allow them through. And these are just a little bit about us. We do have experience with the town. We have the multidisciplinary, and as I said, the CCNA projects really are where we focus. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Remember up in Georgia
Yeah.
with a water cleaning park?
No, I'm gonna give them both to you. No, I'm gonna give them both to you. Hold on one second. Just, I always like to actually.
Okay, so the next one is
So, yeah.
Carnahan, Proctor, and Cross.
Thank you. Actually, I don't think they're here.
Oh, okay. Connect Engineer? Connect Engineering? Okay. Hey.
Please state your name.
Adrian Robena, one of the principals of Connect Engineering. Believe it or not, we are a small firm, a minority, but we are a full-service civil engineering firm. We focus on land development and roadway design with minor structures. Again, we're also DBE, based on the Florida Department of Transportation in Florida. As small as we are, we do have a group of great people. We brought here Daniel and Angel from our office as well. We are part of the community. We try to get involved as much as we can. We also donate to Feeding South Florida, and we keep active with the community. One of our principals, we are 3 principals in the firm. I'm one of them, Daniel and Rodney. I'll share those slides as well. And we were asked to continue our involvement with the community. We're pre-qualified in FDOT. Like I mentioned, we're mainly focused on land development, pump station design, drainage, paving, grading, and drainage, signage and pavement markings, anything from that private sector to the public sector as well. We are pre-qualified in FDOT in several categories, and that includes from the minor roadway design to actually control access highway design as well, miscellaneous structures, and signage and pavement markings. And then we have several qualifications in Miami-Dade County. The reason why we like sharing this slide is because it goes a little bit more in detail on what we do, from stormwater design to, again, lift stations. We just, some of our clients, I'm going to share that, but some of our clients actually, we have ongoing projects with Miami-Dade County Public Housing. We have Miami Beach contracts with them and ongoing projects, and the Florida Transportation. We just finished getting a great rating from Miami-Dade County Housing on a lift station project, and I can share that with the commissions if that's allowed. My specialty is the roadway design with the structures background. So if you're on a roadway and you see any structures except bridges, I can do mast arms, special structures, culverts, boxes, anything around those fields. The other principal is Danny Greenberg. He specializes in a roadway design. And then the last principal is Ronnie C. Devera. He's also a principal, and he works with the drainage section and the roadway. The beautiful thing and how we are different is that you're working with us as PM, so we're not going anywhere for the contract duration. If one of us leaves the firm, there will be an issue. Again, these are just basically, I'm going to share a couple of slides, but this is just kind of like a key or legend of some of the work that we do. For example, miscellaneous structures when it comes to mast arms. And this project is pretty cool. We are located in city of Miami, a couple of blocks away from Miracle Mile, but the contractor installed the mast arms incorrectly in the wrong direction. So we have to come in and analyze, see if we can make the work in reverse. Again, we made it work. The department was very happy, and this was straight for FDOT as a project. Another one, this is our minor roadway department, but we do a lot of structural repairs, threshold buildings, and again, if they're deteriorated, we can come in and fix it as part of the beautification of the project. Pump station, this is the Little River Plaza lift station replacement. I was the engineer of record on that one. We just finished the design. It's actually now in bidding, and it's going in construction soon. Some of the private sector work that we do is helping HOAs or communities. In this project, for example, we completely redid the pump station. We upgraded them. Wet well, we did the paving, grading, and drainage for the whole parking lot to improve it. This project had about 750 parking spaces, and we were able to obtain another 50 by reconfiguration of the parking. So they had a parking issue, and we came in and we analyzed it, savings on drainage, and we were able to make it work. We were also the inspectors for the whole beautification of the community. I'm happy to say that we're also a sub-consultant for the FDOT ADA district-wide compliance. So what that means is that any project that goes through FDOT, we do the ADA review on that one for accessibility, if it gets sent to our office. Some of the projects that we worked on, this one an award for most asphalt put in one of the projects, and again, it's a complete streets from sidewalk to entrance to pavement markings to drainage improvements, and if you know that a lot of the sidewalk projects turn into drainage. If you don't have sidewalk and you want to put in a sidewalk in a swell, then that kind of we have to see how we can make it work. The whole Florida, and I'm sure all the counties are implementing now bicycle lanes, and that's something that we take a look at. So when we're in the planning stage or in the design stage, we make sure that we can fit it. We've done lane reductions to make sure that we can fit bicycle lanes and keep it safe. Public involvement, very important. So part of Stack Island project, we did some roadway repairs, and that's actually Danny as part of the public involvement. So we'll be here, and we're close. And that's something, I'm not the speaker of the firm, but I'm sure I can meet with the public on multiple projects. And we stay on schedule. So I wanted to do it before 5 minutes. Thank you.
Like that. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions of him? No? All right. It's okay. We're good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Craig Smith and Associates.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commission. I do not have a presentation, and I apologize for that. Miscommunication or my misunderstanding. But what I'm going to do, I did pull the advertisement, and I think some of you all were present at the time that the advertisement went out in 2022. Some of you were not. Okay. Obviously, you've selected a whole lot of qualified firms. I think everybody here obviously is qualified to do something for the town. Our specialties, our areas of expertise, and what we focus on are water, sewer, stormwater, local roads, and our primary clients, just like a lot of these folks, okay, are municipal clients. But we tend to focus more on smaller, local municipalities like the town of Pembroke Park, okay? We also do work for Hallandale Beach. We also do work for Golden, we're consultants for Golden Beach. I mean, everything local here. We are local. We're right up the road in Deerfield Beach, okay? We've been around and operating for, we're on our 44th year now here in South Florida. And I've been working for the firm since day one. So, in a much younger capacity, I will say, in the field.
Smarter now.
What's that?
Smarter now.
Well, I don't know about that, but and if I didn't say, I'm sorry. My name is Steve Smith. I brought with me Daniel Shunk tonight as well, and Daniel has been working on a number of projects for you all, mainly on the sewer side. So lift stations 14, 17, and 19, as well as the sewer master plan. And then also we have the 25th Street project, which was designed some time ago, is ready to go to construction. I think we're getting ready to let that one go. So we, as always, appreciate the opportunity to work for the town. We work closely. We try and work as closely as we can with everybody. We also provide, just so you know, on the service side, surveying services, utility location services, and that's something else that we actually was something that you all bid out, was for utility one-call services, which we provide for you all as well. We've been doing that for quite a while. So, and then we're really, really familiar, and we work with the grants folks hand in hand. We've been doing that for years. We actually had a grants division within the company for many, many years. And it's kind of like I said, I probably 85 to 90% of the projects actually that we work on are grant funded projects in some way. So we're certainly accustomed to doing that and working with those folks and working together to get these projects funded, so that to assist in your budget, so that you can kind of match money and double your money. So if anybody has any questions, certainly happy to answer those. Dan is here if we want to get an update on those projects as to where they're at.
Okay, we're gonna go through the projects that you guys are working on afterward. We're just gonna do the presentations first, so hopefully you'll stick around.
All right.
Yes?
We will stick around.
Okay,
and
perfect.
Hopefully I was under 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Number 6, Craven Thompson. And then I am going to ask that for those that have presentations that either we can make a copy now, or if they could email it to us so that we can put it in the record. Okay.
Good evening. I'm Pat Gibney. I'm the Vice President of Engineering for Craven Thompson. We've been in business since 1962, all in South Florida, mainly in Fort Lauderdale. We do a lot of work in Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade counties. We do parks, we do roadways, we do water, sewer, drainage, lift stations, septic tank conversions. We do all of the things that typical civil engineering firms do, especially down here in Florida. Our team, we provide landscape architecture, water and wastewater services, construction inspection services, roadway, water resources, surveying, and GIS, and that's all in-house. And then we have several different sub-consultants that provide all the other services necessary. These are just the guys that are going to be working on this different projects for you guys for this through the CCNA. And as you can see by the experience, The average experience for the people who will be working on these projects is over 30 years. And they've been with us on average for over 20 years as well. Some of our roadway experience, Kimberly Boulevards, that was a complete streets. Complete streets in Miramar Phase 2, 48th Street over here in West Park, 14th Avenue in Hallandale Beach as well. So we've been doing a lot of complete streets and surtax projects for many different municipalities. Our water and wastewater is pretty much, it's what we've done most of. We've put in over 1 million feet of water, sewer in the last 10 years, just in Broward County alone. Again, we've done a lot of the septic to sewer conversions for unincorporated Broward County in the areas that's now West Park, and we originally did all that design before and put the systems in when they were all on septic. As far as drainage goes, we've done numerous different drainage projects all over the county. River Oaks just recently, we are the Central Broward Water Control District engineer. We are the Tyndall Hammock Irrigation and Soil Conservation engineers as well. And again, we've done numerous different drainage projects from master planning to just some small projects, putting in one outfall down at the end of a cul-de-sac. So we do projects of various different sizes. As landscape architecture, we do a lot of parks. We do a lot of site planning. We do land planning as well. Is just a list of some of the parks that we have done with hardscape. And again, so we've been here since 1962. We do a lot of work for different municipalities. We have numerous CCNA contracts. We've done a lot of work for Broward County. We do work for West Palm Beach. We do work for Miami Beach. But we're mainly based here in Broward County, and that's where we do most of our work. And that's it. And I know I was under 5 minutes.
Thank you.
I know.
Yes, you were. Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions?
Thank you, sir. No, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Huh? Did you state your name for the record?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
No, I think you. Okay. Did everyone sign in? No? Okay, we'll pass it around. Marlon, just pass it back. That way we have everyone's, we have track of everyone's attendance. Okay. And the next one up is Ingenuity. Hello. Do you have a presentation thing?
No, I don't have a presentation. I apologize for that.
Oh, no worries.
Miscommunication. But my name is Richard Brown. I'm one of the project managers for Ingenuity Group. We are a civil engineering company, as well as land surveying, and we also specialize in GIS and unmanned drone, aerial drone services as well as permitting and construction inspections we also do. We work with many different municipalities. Currently, I'm working on a project in the city of Lauderhill, where we're doing the community development center. And also, I'm working on a project in the city of Miramar, between city of Miramar and city of Pembroke Pines, where we're doing the bike lane improvements for that. We do all different types of water, sewer, drainage, from lift stations to all different type of drainage designs. I've worked on projects in the Fort Lauderdale Airport, the engineering arresting system. I worked on that in the past, as well as other projects in terms of the drainage improvements for other parks and many other municipal projects. Ingenuity also, as I mentioned, does boundary surveying, topographic surveying, as well as tree surveying and all the other surveying elements from plating. We also specialize in that, and we're working currently with the city of Oakland Park and city of Miramar I mentioned before, and Pembroke Pines, as well as other cities within West Palm Beach area, city of West Palm Beach, Delray Beach. We're the engineers for Ocean Ridge, where we do septic to sewer designs and replacements, and we do a lot of pump station designs as well, rehabilitations, as well as directional drill. Recently, I did a project in the city of Delray Beach where we had a reclaimed water main, and we had to do the directional bore for that throughout the entire city. So we're familiar with doing a lot of different designs for the municipalities. We also do NPDS reviews, and we also do other construction inspection reviews as well. So that's it for me. We'll be one of the project managers working alongside with Adam Sweeney. We submitted a proposal for the RFQ, and thank you for selecting us to be one of the qualifying companies to come in front of you and share today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions?
Arlene, do you have any questions? No? Okay. Does anyone have any questions? No? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up is HBC Engineering.
Okay. I'd always set it up so that way it shows on the entire screen. Oh, okay. So we can spread it out. Okay. Full view. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Bayo Coker. I'm one of the principals of HBC Engineering. I have with me today Hernan Lugo.
Hernan Lugo, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
So we're really excited about this opportunity to work with you. Okay, trying to get a hold of this. Sorry, but I don't seem to have very much control. HBC is a full-service multidisciplinary engineering firm. We have offices located in Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami-Dade County. We are also a CBE, DBE company. And I think what makes us unique, most of all, is our commitment to working with you to ensuring successful delivery. We do transportation, water, wastewater. I would say probably our most significant project that you would all be familiar with is the Allendale Beach Boulevard project, which goes from 58 to Lakes Boulevard. And we're also building the section right now. We designed the section that was recently constructed from 58 to State Road 7 as part of a DOT project. And I think that those projects generally showed our true commitment to working with you, identifying issues, and resolving those issues. HBC is fully pre-qualified with FDOT in all the major work groups. We do, miscellaneous structures, lighting, traffic engineering services, planning. We have roadway construction inspection. We have signalization. As part of our work, we also do all the major roadway work, arterials, local roads. For a small company, I think that we really give you a bang for your buck. Anand with me is also one of our principals. Anand has over 25 years of experience. He's heading up. We have two major design groups. So one of the things that you're going to find about HBC is that commitment of resources and the expertise to do all the possible tasks under this work assignment. Anand covers both roadway and drainage work. Jose covers major roadway work. Jose is the one that actually worked on the Allendale Beach Boulevard projects as the EOR, and I was the project manager for that project. They lead a very diverse design group that covers. Sorry, it's pretty difficult to navigate. Yeah.
Click here, please, to do the view.
Sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Now we have control. Yeah, so this is perfect. So we have a pretty big team, both in the transportation sector, led by Theo. He's one of our senior roadway engineers. It's important to note that some of the things that we do, we even do scoping for DOT, doing evaluations and PD&Es for them. So we have that expertise too to provide you as part of the services we can offer on this. And some of the things that I would say probably is most unique with us is our young generation. We have people that we've brought up and trained, as well as middle-level people such as Gonzalo, who are experts in 3D design and cutting-edge technologies when it comes to transportation design, and then Theo with a vast experience, along with Anand and Jose, as I pointed out earlier. Some of the projects, notable projects, is University Drive. We're doing University Drive right now, where we're widening from 3 lanes to 4 lanes and providing auxiliary lane on University Drive from Nova to State Road 84. State Road 7, which I mentioned earlier, that's a huge project where we did transit improvement projects and ADA upgrades all along the corridor. Arlandale, which I mentioned to you. And the unique thing about Arlandale is the unique features about the Arlandale Beach Boulevard, the drainage, addressing all the drainage and ponding issues, addressing bike ped connectivity along the corridor, traffic signal improvements, as well as making and resurfacing. I mentioned a little bit about the resources that we have. We're able to utilize Civil 3D, ICPR, AGI, Vism, Autoton, almost all the softwares you can imagine that you would be necessary and useful on a contract as this. We can bring it up to you. Richard Tan is one of our lead drainage engineers. 7 years experience. He worked on the Northeast 2nd Avenue drainage project, which have major drainage improvement projects. He's also worked on Northwest 25th Street project that we've done, and also overseas highway Hurricane Elma. We've even done some Hurricane Elma reinforcement projects for FEMA. One of the notable things about HBC is lighting. We just got done doing lighting for the town. For the town of Pembroke Pines, where we did some pedestrian lighting upgrades, and Orlando Pineda led that. Orlando is well known locally as being one of the premier lighting engineers locally. Claudia Bustamante is our sign and marking and signalization engineer. She just recently got done with some wayfinding a project where we provide guide signs and wayfinding signs for Metro Rail in Miami-Dade County. We've also done numerous projects and improvements for Broward schools. Miscellaneous structures, our miscellaneous structures is led by Miguel. Miguel has done several projects, and most notably, his specialty is doing bridges and minor bridge designs, and also pedestrian bridges. We're working right now for the Seminoles and studying some improvements for bridge improvements to provide pedestrian crossings for them. And then our traffic team. What I'm trying to demonstrate here is to show you the depth of resources and experience that we have, and actually providing service. We're able to provide traffic data collection, traffic count, traffic safety improvements, and we've done several of them for both FDOT and other municipalities. And some of our planning experience, improvements that we've done, where we've done some planning elements before, the bus express rapid transit, where we did some signal prioritization and signal improvements for them. We also have an ITS and a TSM&O unit led by Keith DeGoka. We have a very, very seasoned group that understands the implementation of TSM&O improvements along major corridors. We also have emerging technologies. One of the things that make us unique is that we are actually investing in looking at what's the next big thing. And that, I think, is a value that we can bring to you, because we're able to tell you what those technologies are and what those values are. We actually have a unit dedicated to that. This is our emerging technology leader. We've done some electric vehicles, station designs, and some connected vehicle station designs we do for the charge stations. We're doing some of that for Miami-Dade County right now. And also our CEI unit. We have a super seasoned CEI group led by Mike Shaw. and Judge Rodriguez. We're doing a lot of work for the Turnpike, a lot of work for FDOT 6. We're doing some work for Broward County. We're doing some work for Palm Beach County too as well. Our construction unit, as I said, we also have some work with Miami-Dade Expressway Authority and District 4 Turnpike again, as I mentioned. Why HBC? Well-seasoned and experienced team. You can be sure that anything that we start will be completed successfully and you will receive an excellent product. Redundancy staff, we bring in resources to this contract to ensure that it's fully covered in anything that you may need. Innovation, I think that is something we're very proud of. When not only we produce efficient design, we also bring a team with you that are studying the future innovations and improvements. History of delivering success. I think you have it right here, Allendale Beach Boulevard, a project that was successfully delivered that addressed some major drainage issues. Extensive experience with FDOT, with local municipalities, with our work that we've done with Broward County. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? No? All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Next one up, HSQ.
My name is Noor Shahade with HSQ Group. I'm one of the founders.
And I'm Jay Hubner with HSQ, one of the owners as well. I'd just like to quickly say I think 90% of Broward County was designed by the companies in this room, so got a lot of experience.
I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to my picture? Can you go back to the other one? It looks like you have two in there.
That's the new software.
There's another presentation you have, I think.
Is this another one?
Yeah, go back. I think it's the wrong one, yeah. Can you, close it and open the other one?
I have.
The first one.
The PDF? You don't want the PDF, do you?
Well, there's no pictures in there.
When is PowerPoint?
Can you make it large in there? In the top?
I'll see if his picture's there.
Yeah, here you go.
There
Again, my name is Noor Shahadi. I'm one of the founders of HSQ Group. Today with me is Jay Hubner. He's my business partner. We started our firm in 2004 along with Antonio Covedo, who is not with us today. We have been providing engineering services for both the public and the private sector for the last 20 years. Our vision is always to provide the highest quality product, whether it's engineering or in surveying services. I know you told us 5 minutes, we practiced for 20, so we're gonna have to squeeze it very quick. Services that we provide in transportation, and intersection improvements, traffic signals, roadway flood routing, pipe sizing analysis, sign and pavement marking, maintenance of traffic, utility engineering, and permitting. Also in the civil engineering part of it, which is really mainly for land development. And for the municipalities, we do water distribution, sewer collection. Actually, we hold the contract with Miami-Dade County for the last 6 years in designing water and sewer for them as well. Storm drainage systems, hydraulic modeling we do also. In the site planning, we do due diligence, site planning. Actually, Jay Hubner is not only a PE, he's also a certified planner in the state of Florida. In the surveying, we do the boundary survey and all kind of survey that we need for our design and providing a service to our client. On top of that, we do the CEI. We're actually working on, you cannot see it?
Thank you. Yeah, that's better.
Well, there's
It's
a lot
I
of
know
glare.
we have 2 of these lights. Okay, I got a room full of engineers. What can we do to fix this?
That's the way to do it. Oh, hey.
I know, I'm ready to turn off the light.
It's just a question of when.
You can turn the light
Handling
off
it.
there, because
It's all right.
I can't.
Can you see it?
Shall I lead the blind?
There we
There you
go.
go.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, now I cannot see it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, I have a room full of engineers. Somebody needs to help me.
For the construction engineering inspection, we provide that in-house services. Actually, we are the CI consultants on behalf of Avenir for a 4-mile roadway project in Palm Beach County, and we're managing that project fully for them. As far as certification, we're certified with the DOT in many aspects, as you could see in there, from minor to major highway design, signal design, and survey control and CI services as well. We have 3 offices in the Tri-County area, Palm Beach County, Broward, and Miami-Dade County, and we go beyond actually in the Orlando area as well. Jay?
Thank you. So HSQ Group is over 30 employees are all in the town's backyard between the Tri-County area. But recently we actually joined in with HFW Companies, which has 8 firms across the nation, about to be 10 firms, putting us over 400 employees, professional firms that do not only civil engineering, but architecture, experimental graphics, interior design, landscape architecture, planning, and structural engineering. And with this just gives us additional depth and experiences that we can draw upon to meet the town's needs. Again, HSQ is part of the overall team. We have additional services and people from the other companies that we can draw from if needed to meet your tight timelines by the town. I'm not going to go through all this again. We don't have the time, but we provide all the different types of services that the town needs. A couple projects that we are going to highlight, Nor?
Just to show some of the project that we have done, similar to what you're going to be doing very soon. Southwest 40th Avenue, we did it for the District 4. It's a widening to provide for a bike lane on both sides of the road, including the drainage and construction and modification of the existing signals along the road. This is a minor, not a minor project, a smaller project in comparison to what we're working on right now. It's the Pembroke Road Extension Project. We are a sub-consultant. It's a 6-mile project for the city of Miramar. We are responsible for the drainage and flood routing analysis and permitting for this project. And it's the construction cost for this project, estimated so far, is $87 million. Another project we're doing is for Palm Beach County. It's a 3-mile project called Australian Avenue in the downtown area in West Palm. And it's a total reconstruction of a 4-lane divided, including replacing 2 bridges and installing 8 signalized intersections, changing the span wires to mast arms. And this is about a $40 million project. Actually, our deadline is today, but we submitted this yesterday. Another project is here.
Yeah. So we're very strong in drainage, and we did the City of Tamarack Master Drainage Plan for the 12 square miles, analyzed the entire city system, identified areas of concern, and came up with a capital improvement plan for the city to fix those things. And we also, any large private sector developments, the city gave those to us. We inputted that into the system, reran it to make sure that whatever they do doesn't have any negative impact on the overall system. And then thirdly, we analyzed it from a FEMA point of view. We were able to increase the CRS scores, which allows the city to pay less insurance rates. We did a larger project called Bass Creek Road in Tuscany Isles, and just west of here. It was in the South Broward Drainage District, and the Drainage District asked us to take that system and put it into their entire ICPR analysis and rerun it to make sure that there's no adverse impacts to the whole drainage district, and we did that for the 12 square miles there. We also do a lot of site planning. I'm a planner, as Nora had mentioned. On the far right is a green park for this. We have continuing services contract with the City of Lauderhill. And we did a green park, which is to be sustainably green, put a lot of green elements in there, a lot of educational materials so the residents learn more about green design. The one on the bottom there is a linear park that we combined with an entrance to an existing residential community that happened to at that time had some security and safety needs. So we put in a gated entrance to the community, added SEPTED design standards to it to increase the security and safety for the neighbors. And working with the city. And then lastly, during a large storm event, they had a large diameter 84-inch culvert collapse during that storm event and wiped out one of the roadways, eliminating access to one of their communities. The city of Lauderhill quickly asked us to analyze the system. We came up with a quick design, roadway design, expedited the permitting, expedited the bidding process with the town, got a contractor out there to fix that in record timing. We also do several other private sector developments, including Satori, Enclave South, and Altice. We do residential, commercial, industrial, as well as public sector, and another project just west there in the city of Pembroke Pines. We did the site planning, surveying, platting, civil engineering, include water, sewer, paving, drainage, lift station design, including coordination of the wetlands. And it also is on Sheridan Street. We had to improve the roadways on Sheridan for the access, including signal design, which NOR designed at that time. And that's it. I thank you very much for allowing us to educate you on what HSQ can do for you.
Thank you.
I-
It looks like
That's the
Venice.
wetlands. Yeah, that's the wetland area that we designed into the project. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all very much. We definitely appreciate being enlightened and educated here. And I hope everyone here has each other's cards, because I saw a couple of heads being impressed by that green park in Lauderhill. Okay, next one up is Keith and Associates.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commission. I'm Steve Williams. I'm Vice President of Engineering at Keith. And I have with me tonight Mike Pinzolin, who's a professional engineer. He's a project manager here for our projects in Pembroke Park. And Mike Bondermeulen, who is a certified planner. He's here. He's doing the planning analysis and work for the town of Pembroke Park. So first, I'd just say that Keith provides landscape architecture, engineering, and I'm going to go while the slides are coming up, and I'll just keep going because I don't want to cut into my 5 minutes here while we're waiting to get that up. So do survey planning and utility locations. From the engineering side, the landscapers don't like to hear me say this, but our engineering stuff, if it works right, nobody cares what it looks like or even that it's there. They only know it's a problem if it doesn't work right. So what we do is we pride ourselves in that you don't know that our work is there. It's done and it operates. We build community. If we say one thing that Keith does is we build community. We've been a part of this community. I was born and raised here in South Florida. I love South Florida. So was my wife, so I'm never leaving South Florida. It's a great place to be. And I was with Florida when Powerline Road was considered west. And it was cattle and vegetables and fruits out west. So it's been fun to be a part of that growth. I want to talk to you a little bit about what we do for Pembroke Park and what we do for municipalities. We work for municipalities. We probably work for the majority of municipalities in Broward County. We work for them in Palm Beach and up into Martin County. We're general reviewers for Martin County. We do the reviews for them. We do it for Boca Raton, for Parkland, and several municipalities as well as Pembroke Park from the engineering and planning side. So let me flip through the slides here. Pushing the wrong button, I guess. Do you help me on what my, there we go, upside down. Okay, so this is our team that services Pembroke Park. We have Tom Green, who's our Director of Municipal Services, and he's here basically as officer in charge on working this. Mike Bonnermill, as we said, was our Vice President, or President working on the planning side, and Mike. This is just a list of our services that we provide as a firm: civil, planning, transportation, landscape architecture. This is a list of projects that we have experience with the town. We're fortunate to have been selected in the last CCNA, and it was a reselection for us, and we look forward to servicing the town, and we're very pleased to see that we were selected again by the town. So some of the prior projects I'm going to go through. We've looked over the townwide facilities assessment, the bike lane. I was really happy to hear about all these bike. I'm a cycle commuter. I get a 20-mile round trip every day, so I'm glad to see a lot of these bike lanes are coming in. So we also design bike lanes, and I always make sure all our designs are QC'd by the cyclists in the office.
Do you have a smart invention that can remove the cars that park in the bike lanes?
The ones that are parked there don't bother me. It's the ones that turn into the bike lanes that bother me. But actually, cycling is the safest mode of transportation on the planet Earth, but that's for another subject. Continuing engineering services, and that's one of the prime things we do for the town right now. We were here, we were doing just engineering reviews and designs when the town lost their planner, and Mike has picked up the planning side, and we're also serving that, understanding that is a fill-in. Like we say, for all of our municipal services, we do as little or as much as you want. We like to consider ourselves extension of staff, where we work for Fort Lauderdale Airport, we work for seaports. We do large projects, but we also pride ourselves, and we are part of the community working for municipalities all over the county. And then these are some of the other projects. I'm going to go into some details on some we're actually working on right now. JP Lyons Drainage, the Southwest 30th Avenue was a sanitary force main and pump station working in there, and also 30th Street, which you always got to make sure we don't get the street and the avenues mixed up on which project we're talking about. And then the sinkhole repair that's down here, which I understand is having some little bit of settlement there, that maybe we could even talk about that as we go through it. And then the zoning permit review, which Mike will talk a little bit about what's going on with that. So this was a feasibility study that we had done on 30th Avenue, right along I-95 over there. That area is on septic right now, so it's an area that if it was sewered could really grow. Right now it's constrained by the sewer that's there. And this was years ago that we had done this study where we studied a couple different corridors for how the force main could run from a new pump station here and install a gravity sanitary sewer system, so that corridor could expand beyond what's there right now. And I think there's been thoughts and inquiries for hotels and so forth that can't go there now because of the septic system that it's under. This is JP Lyons storm drainage system improvements. This is a system that was prior designed. This is phase 2 that we're doing. And it's picking up where phase 1 left off and putting in a pump station and going into the BN Lake. It's going in. That process is underway right now. It's being reviewed by the grant. It's a grant program for this, and hopefully that process comes out and get that thing built here before too long. So it's in the, as you know, I don't know if you follow some of the FDEP's permitting got taken away from them by the feds because of a court order, but it looks like it may be coming back. So anytime you're dealing with permitting, there's issues there. This is 30th Street force main. This is a force main that has been keeping Elaine busy on the holidays, and we hope to stop that. So we're basically at this point going to be replacing it's an old AC line, a transite pipeline that gets very brittle with age and needs to be replaced. So it's basically just replacing that force main, that mile-long force main. This was the sinkhole repair that we talked about. This is the one that a drainage line had gotten built over top of a deep sanitary line. What appears to have happened is during the construction of that sanitary line, it fractured some of that clay sanitary line that was deeper. I presented, I think, to some of you back when we presented this report, and that crack had pulled in a lot of dirt from above it and actually collapsed the storm drain that was built over top of it. But all this took years after the construction of the drainage on it to transpire. So they went in there, they grouted around the sanitary line, lined and repaired the sanitary, and then rebuilt the drainage system above it. Looking at it there, it looks to be a slight sinkhole starting to happen, not sinkhole, but a little settlement, I'm going to call it, in the southbound lane. And it looks like pretty much, which is not over top of the drainage or the sanitary line there that was causing the initial problem. So it may be just a problem where we can go in there and patch that area where it's starting to settle, which is to say is really off to the side of where the major work was done there. And now I'm going to ask Mike to step up and tell us a little bit about what he does for planning services. Mike?
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Mike Vondermeulen with Keith. I'm the Vice President of Planning. We've been serving as your consultant town planner since 2022. These are just some of the items of interest. Some of the past projects that we have reviewed include the Seneca Town Center, where the Wawa, the self-storage, and the hospital are located, as well as rezoning, text amendment, and land use plan amendment for Southwest 30th Avenue. We also do all of the zoning reviews for building permits, zoning inspections, zoning letters, zoning inquiries, as well as review of the business tax receipts. And then there are the ongoing active applications that are being reviewed at this time, which include the Pampa Soccer, Pembroke Park Villas. We have 2 side variances that are headed towards the City Commission in the upcoming months. The Trinity Lupa and the Senegal self-storage, again, another sign variance.
Thank you, Mike. And so with that, this is just, we divide our work into this life, play, water, facilities, campus, and access, which sort of wraps in all those engineering things that don't sound real exciting, like water, sewer, paving, grading, drainage, into what community really is, which is a combination of all of this. So we're happy to service the town, and if you have any questions, I'll open it up for questions.
Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Have a great evening.
Okay. And last but not least, Kimberly Horn and Associates.
We're good? All right. So Kimberly Horn, I'll cover an overview of our firm. We're a national company with over 7,400 staff and 128 offices. Specifically in Fort Lauderdale, we have our office in Plantation with over 108 employees. Plus we have an office in Miami, Boca, and Palm Beach County. So we're very local in the area. As you see here, Fortune Best 100 best companies for 16 years in a row, and we're number 9 in the top 500 U.S. design firms. Again, here's a map of all our locations. The benefit you have with Kimberly Horn, even while we're national, we have access to each office. So if there's somebody in California that has a specialty, I can pick up the call and have them on our projects in Pembroke Park immediately. There is no go-between for us. We have interconnectivity through all the firms and all the people. So we have access to that full depth of staff that I showed you there of the 7,400. As I mentioned, we're a full-service firm, one-stop shop. We have all of these disciplines within house. Very specific into our plantation office, aviation, community planning, specifically how we benefit Pembroke Park. Oh, actually, I'm going to back up real quick. I didn't do my name at the beginning. Sorry. Stefano Viola with Kimberly Horn Associates, Vice President at the firm. Sorry about that. Back to the disciplines. We have landscape architecture, transportation, water, wastewater, surface water. All these elements are part of Kimberly Horn, but also to add on in our Fort Lauderdale plantation office. So we're local. As we get into a couple of the elements, water and wastewater, we can help in all aspects. Pretty much going to duplicate what you've heard from all these other firms. I kind of reiterate that, again, I agree. Most of these firms have built most of Broward County, as well as Dade and Palm Beach. But we can help from the upfront modeling and master planning through the design and implementation, all the way through to construction. We also have a grant team that can help seek funding. We helped Hollywood go to over $5 million to implement some of their water and wastewater infrastructure. So we have a team that does assist with that element as well. Some specific things that you'll see at Kimberly Horn, we have a patent on what we call a ZAC pack. It's very specific to utilities. We can plug it into a lift station. It helps us diagnose and come up with how the lift station is actually working. Funny fact, the ZAC pack is actually named by the person in Kimberly Horn that invented it as Zach Purvis. So that's where it comes from. He has a specific patent to this. Is very interesting technology that, again, it's very beneficial to the staff because you can find out how your pump stations are actually operating just by plugging in it and running the system. Our experience is very deep in surface water. We are currently doing your stormwater master plan update. We can go over that a little bit later. I do have slides, but I understand it's the next portion of this. We are also helping with your vulnerability assessment. So we have a deep bench as it relates to surface water modeling, again, helping seek funding specific to those VAs, vulnerability assessments. We are helping with implementation because that Florida Forward grant assistance, that document will help you implement some of these stormwater improvements that you're seeking within the town of Pembroke Park. Another item that I think specific to Pembroke Park, we have a pavement management team within Kimley Horn. They're out of Orlando, and they do assessments of the entire pavement management, put together a report, essentially a CIP and a 30-year, 50-year plan on how you would look to kind of tackle your pavement management or keep it up to date. Obviously, the sooner you get to the repairs of pavement management, the longer the life cycle so that you can lower the cost, and they can provide all that within documentation and kind of show you that element. The way we do our pavement management is consistent with FDOT, so any funding you would seek through DOT or state, it matches their requirements with the system we use. It is not proprietary in any way. We can turn it over to the town once we're completed. It's interactive, and you can even teach your staff how to continue to update that study once it's completed. And then our landscape architecture group, specifically we get into streetscapes, roadway improvements, parks. Here's a picture from Clematis Street in West Palm Beach where we converted a public roadway into a walking roadway. You can see this has the bollards it raised at the end, so during business they can commute this corridor, but during nights or when they want to close it off, they raise the bollards, and it's very interactive. You see there's no curbs, it's flush, and all that was done within West Palm Beach. We also did Dixie Highway. Back to Steve's point, we have some bike lanes along Dixie Highway in the corridor. And then specifically, most recently, we finished a Willoughby Park expansion for the city of Sunrise, and you can see a safety town here. This was a very unique project. It had dog park, workout facility, splash pad, the safety town. If you haven't seen this before, it's very interesting. It teaches young children how to interact with intersections, railroad crossings, and it's all in a small town. Those are little houses or little businesses in safety town, so it's very interesting. And we did that for the city of Sunrise. And then this is for the future of the project updates. And that's it.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Yes?
Yeah, that bicycle or training pad you had for kids there is quite interesting.
It's very unique. I think it really made it interactive.
If they learn to navigate traffic, the safer it is.
Correct. Agreed. They have it at a park in Davie as well. It's interesting.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
That's everyone that's presenting, right? Yes? Okay. I do want to thank you all for your presentations. They've been very informative, not only for the commission, but I also thank for Aleem as well. And if you didn't notice, we were kind of having our little hints here of the fact that this young lady here is over the Parks Department. She's the Parks Commissioner, and she's in need of a master plan, an amphitheater, and a few other things in the park. And this gentleman here is also in need of a community center. So those were some of the things that we were thankful that you guys brought to our attention on what you guys do, so that we could kind of move it forward with some of the projects that the commissioners would like to see done in the next year or two. Also, our grant folks are here, and I'd like to bring them up just to introduce them right quick. I know they're gonna be mad at me for doing that, but yes. Come up, Connie.
Okay, I'm short compared to all these other people that are here tonight. For the record, my name is Connie Van Ash. I'm president of CAS Governmental Services, which is short for Communications Advocacy Specialist. I am a registered lobbyist and am registered with the state to represent the town of Pembroke Park. Part of our services of funding acquisition includes the legislative appropriations process, and in addition, we do grant funding, acquisition services, grant administration, grant writing, and we work with the town's lobby team and grant team. Just to give you an example, this year in the state budget, we went after a legislative appropriation for the town hall, police department, hardening mitigation. That's to address the windows, and we were successful in getting in the state budget, which is still pending. It has not been sent to the governor yet. We did receive the full ask of the $562,000. Many projects, there were over 2,700 appropriation projects this year. There was a lot of competition. Many projects did not get funded, and a lot only received 50% funding. So we did very well. To give you another example of our funding acquisition, the GeoSCADA telemetry project that actually started back in April of 2022. We did apply for a grant, and we worked with Mark in the IT department, because this is a lot of IT. It was for the to put the telemetry equipment on the lift stations. So we applied for that Florida Resilient grant and didn't get it. So our next funding acquisition step was to go through the legislative appropriation process. And we were successful in getting that project funded in the 23-24 state budget. And you currently have a grant award for that project, and it's underway. The total amount of that was $594,289. And the other project, it's kind of related to all this stormwater that's going on. House Bill 53 required a 20-year stormwater analysis for the state. So as part of that, that's why your utility master plans are being updated. It was also a requirement through Broward County to put in their first report. And I believe it was, Broward's was due in June of 2022, and they had to have it up to the state by July of 2022. Your previous personnel were working on that submission to Broward County. So another step of the stormwater, DEP came out with a Florida Resilient grant program. So, and part of that program was if you wanted to be able to implement, go after grant funding for any projects, stormwater related, had to be part of a vulnerability assessment. So we applied for the Florida Resilient Planning Grant, so the town could do the vulnerability assessment of your critical assets. We were successful in receiving a $200,000 grant for that project. As part of our services, we are doing the administration of that grant. You are currently, we've done quarterly reports. We've had our first kickoff meeting, which was the first task. We are coordinating with staff, and Kimley Horn is on board for that because of their stormwater utility update. It just coincides. It all is related. So we just finished the quarterly report for the period ending March, so you are in compliance with that grant at this point in time. And if you all have any questions for me, we just returned from Tallahassee, so watching the budget, the bills that they're being sent to the governor, and he's piecemeal. Last year he signed the budget like mid-June. I don't know when the budget will be presented to him or when he'll sign it. So we're watching for this year's project.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate all the hard work in getting our stuff done and getting it in the budget and bringing these grants home and keeping us in compliance. So we thank you.
Right.
Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. With that, I'm going to just take a quick break just because we lost our Public Works guy and we kind of want to ask some questions about some of these projects on the CIP. I hope you guys will stay for that because there's I don't know if you guys have seen a copy of the CIP list, but this is basically the projected work that we'll be looking to complete between 2023 to 2027. So with that, I'm going to take a quick break. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. I do want to thank everyone for coming out and doing these presentations. They were very informative. We just handed out a copy of the capital improvements list. And some of these projects are currently underway, some of them are not. And I would like it if you could, if any of these things that we have that are not currently underway, if you guys could work with Aleem, because we got a lot of information from you guys today. And I know some of you guys have specialties that would definitely be useful and beneficial to us for us to utilize your services to get these things done. I think at this time the commission would like to give, I hope the commission would like to give direction on getting all these projects shovel ready so that we have our grant writers here so we can utilize the grant writer services, and these grant cycles are coming up like that. So we need to make sure that we're shovel ready for all these projects that are on the capital improvement plan so that we can give them to our grant writers, they can get the funding so that we can move forward in getting the city to a better place. So I hope that's the consensus of everyone here on this commission.
Yes.
I only got one yes.
We're thinking about it.
Uh-oh, okay, well, they're thinking about it.
We have to be specific.
Well, no, we're going to give direction for Aleem to work with them, and because we do have a list. We have 11 companies here that, well, 10 companies that presented, but we have 11 companies here that we need to be utilizing, and there's grant cycles coming up. There's a $3 million grant that's coming up for CDBG for the state that would cover like things like our parks community center. So those things are coming up, but we're not design ready, and so our grant writers can't put in for those until we are design ready. So that's one of the reasons why we brought these folks here today to discuss what they can do, and also kind of put everybody in the room to see, hey, let's move forward. What can we move forward on so that we can move the town forward?
I would think that probably our main concern should be projects that have to do with keeping our town up to date. Like this particular building here, I mean, we talked about this before, about getting the bathrooms done, and it never went anywhere. We got all kinds of projects that we could do like that. We got buildings that are falling apart here and there in the town, and we're not doing anything about it. And so, you know, we need to start paying attention to that stuff instead of thinking about building new buildings. Is try to keep what we got without it falling down around our ears.
Mm-hmm. Well, we need to fix the things that we need to fix the things that we have, but we also need to provide services for the community. We don't have our community garden underway. We need to get that done.
Yeah, I think we can pick and choose. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
say
so-
which ones are reasonably and don't break the town piggy
Mm-hmm.
bank, and we can discuss that.
Yeah.
But I think that type of stuff needs to go to a workshop first to discuss which ones are more important.
Well, no, I want to give him direction that these are the things that we're looking to move forward on. We're not voting on anything tonight. We're just having the conversation.
I think where Bill is going with this is that we all like prestige projects, and we should also think of that. But people need to go to the bathroom. That needs to work too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things we need to repair and fix and make and harden for the future. So I think we should put the whole thing in a workshop and go from project to project, and then give Aleem directions.
Yeah, well, we are. Okay, come on now.
Thank you. Design to Wood Carper DC Strategies LLC. I am the town's grant coordinator and writer and a bunch of other stuff. I think I think to bring this to a soft landing, at the beginning of your leadership, your start of your town commission service, there was a list that I gave to Aleem, and we laid out about 15 critical, and I put the C on critical projects. Your lift stations, critical. Some of your stormwater projects, critical. And I think we probably, Aleem and I work closely together, and I believe we would be able to pull something together, again, critical. That means those things that you all need to pay attention to, like yesterday. We're coming up on a new hurricane season. We're always underwater, even with the slightest rainstorm. So in preparation for that, I believe your time would be best spent looking at those projects that are critical first. And then we have our ancillary. We've been working for the last 2 years on funding for the park. The park is considered the epicenter of your town. Money has been invested already down through the years through various grants through the DEP, Parks and Rec, right? You've got Florida Communities Trust. We have been fortunate to get Florida FERDAP grants just about every cycle that they have been, open. We've done very well with CDBG, County CDBG. The 50th anniversary CDBG has already been noticed. We, the grant writers, are waiting for you to tell us what projects you would like us to apply for. With your roads and your street projects, all of the stormwater projects, those projects have to go out for design. The state of Florida appreciates and will give, I think, leverage to those projects that are already designed, i.e. shovel ready. And I think you all know what I'm talking about. So I think there's 3 things that are going on here. You've got critical infrastructure needs. There's funding available. There are projects that need to go out to design, right? So you are going to have to prioritize. And you can't do that in one night. You can't do that in one night. So I think what would be best served for the remainder of the balance is to have those companies who are currently working in the town on projects. They may be able to give you some insight on how far along those projects are, and then you would be able to see exactly what projects are getting ready to close out, because there's some. Aleem's done a great job with the HMGP in closing those grants out. But we've got other things. We've got surtax that we've got to do. We've got MPO. And then there are a plethora of other grants that will be coming out of Tallahassee as soon as the governor signs the budget. So we have to be ready for those as well. So it's a major undertaking, but we're all here and we're all up for the task. And like this gentleman said, you've got all the superlatives of Broward County that have paid Broward County right here ready to go. Ready to go. So Mayor, I think you guys, first of all, I want to thank you, because I think this is probably one of the first that we've had where we've actually been able to meet all of the engineers that you have here. There are some that I work with all the time, but I was just totally impressed to see that you all have had the wherewithal to select the best and the brightest in Broward County, Dade County, and Palm Beach County. So let's use them. Okay?
Well said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dee.
Okay. So
I said we should try to formulate a plan where we could get together, look at these projects, I like the idea of knowing how far along they are.
yeah, we're going to go through some of them
We don't
now.
seem to have that.
Yeah, we're going to go through some of them right now that we have that are somewhere in the process, so that we can get updates on them, because we have projects that are sitting out there like 17, Lift Station 17, Lift Station 14, Lift Station 19, Southwest 25th Street. So we're going to start going through those now. For those companies that do have projects, we'd like to keep them here to get updates on those projects. And then for those that don't, we do look forward to working with you in the very near future, because like she said, the budget hopefully will be signed in June, and we know that we have a short window, usually like June to September, to get those applications in for those projects. And there is grants that are available to cover the design phase that they can also be going after. So we'll definitely schedule a charrette for us in the very near future to kind of prioritize those things. So if anyone wants to leave, now's your opportunity.
Thank you all.
And you guys have a copy of our capital improvements list, projects. Okay. And just to let you know, those are some of the things that we'll be working on in the very near future. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And please make sure that, for those that are leaving, make sure that the clerk gets a copy of your presentation.
I need to step out for a quick call.
Okay. Okay. Marlon, are you keeping the Baton Jones flash drive? Well, I want a copy of that one, just so you know. Okay, perfect.
We arrange a workshop where we go through all these projects one by one
We're gonna
and see which, because.
we're gonna go through this one by one, yeah.
But the design phase of things, we design things and then we put it on the shelf.
No, we
shouldn't be.
we shouldn't be.
like in the-
No.
Just got shelved.
No. Well, you have some things,
I know
they were
COVID
vetted.
came
Do you have your card?
and
Yeah.
destroyed a lot of things.
Yeah.
I like, yes.
I think we both liked his project. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Easy coming out. I was talking to him.
Okay.
Stopped everything until.
Okay.
I like the
Okay.
idea.
That's the one I was talking
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna come.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to working with you in the near future. Okay. All right. So when Commissioner Jacobs gets back, then we're going to start with the 25th Street stormwater design thing.
Hola.
You want me to run it through with them? I have all my comments on it already.
Run it through with who?
She has everything with the update.
Wait for him.
We're waiting for Commissioner Jacobs to come back. Okay.
I have the list with everything and the updates.
Okay. You're waiting. So you might as well sit for until he comes back. Dang, the hook is driving me crazy. You know how they put those little hooks in the back and it keeps catching my hair?
Sometimes they also put like that has like, I think they cut them out with something hot so the edges get very sharp and they like shaving your nails.
Okay, he's back.
That's horrible.
Okay.
There's a movie about that. Oh, it's an old
Okay.
one.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I remember that.
They made one that.
Okay, Aline.
How to.
Lim.
Okay.
That list,
I
that
grew up
there.
so if I'm a little.
You bring it up?
It should be.
No? Okay.
Is it on here?
All right. The first one on the list we have is actually
Okay.
That was a bad move.
Yeah, we can't see it.
Can't see it?
No.
Okay.
Unless somebody can just turn off the light bulbs on these two.
Then you can turn it off. That's fine.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Or do
have
you
an
want to
officer
come and
here.
move this way?
No,
or
no,
something?
I'm fine. Thanks.
I have an officer here. You can.
Or do you want to do it from your chair? At least you can see because you have the light right over your
I have
desk.
everything right here. That's fine. Thanks.
No, but I'm saying, can you see from there?
Okay,
Yeah.
he said he's fine.
Okay, the roof. This is part of one of the HMGP projects that was already closed out. So the ones that are closed out, I'm just going to just skip it through and just go to the ones that are pending.
That was the roof. Which one's that one?
This is the town hall generator.
That's not done.
No, this was actually part of, there are 3 projects tied into this.
the windows and doors, the town hall generator, and we had the roof. All HMGP funding. 2 of those items were already completed, and we have the generator. The generator, the report was done. It was partially completed by Calvin Giordano. In midstream of the design, the engineer left. So I had to take that and pass it on to somebody else. It's on the agenda for tomorrow night's meeting for approval for one of the consultants that presented tonight for the electrical engineering portion of that to move with the generator forward.
So we don't have the cost yet for.
No, the official cost from the engineer is not. And this is the backup that shows the engineer did the design and they no longer have the engineering. This is from Calvin Giordano.
Did
This
we
is
pay them for half work?
for some of the work what was done.
What about the capacity on that generator? Is that planned to be able to run elevators, lights,
Everything in the building.
AC?
Everything in the building.
Okay.
Do we still have HMGP money for this?
You have 160,000 remaining. I've already spoken to Dee about it. We are working on getting additional funding. With the design and some of the HMGP funds, I already got the difference in cost. The 60,000 that I got at last 2 commission meetings that I brought here, that's additional funds that I brought in from HMGP to cover those things. Similarly, with this one, I will be doing the same thing.
Okay.
This is replacement of the AC system at Town Hall. The engineering is completed, and I'm putting the package together to put it out to bid for all complete system, first floor, second floor, third floor. All the engineering was completed about 2 weeks ago. I'm putting together a package to go out to get the construction started.
Are we using HMPG for this, or who are we using? Ourselves.
That is funded with general fund money.
Didn't we receive HMGP money for this?
Not for the AC.
I thought we did get a grant for this.
Not for the AC.
Is that part of the town hardening?
That's part of the town hardening that they have. They identified.
He was included in that, right?
The AC was not included in the only thing that was included was the generator, 8 windows and doors, and
The roof.
The roof. Those were the 3 separate individual projects under the HMGP funding. 2 of those are already closed out.
Do we have a vendor with CCNA that can provide the service for this?
The design is already done by Ed Helms. You guys approved this last October. I'm preparing the package to put it out to bid within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Which one was Ed Helms? They were part of our CCNA?
No, they were part of the original service contract that the town had.
Okay.
It started with 2 public service directors before,
Correct.
Okay.
or even 3.
Yes. That contract has been about 4 to 5. That's correct, Mr. Jacobs.
Okay. What's the next one?
All right. This one is the roads, right? The roads they've been back and forth with several different funding. You have C-SLIP funding. You have 4 surtax projects, 52nd Avenue, 48th Avenue, Park Road, and part of County Line Road. We also have some of the C-SLIP money, which is FDOT. That is $3.2 million. And they cover some of the same streets that the surtax funding is covering. At the last commission meeting, I gave you guys an update. The update was $1.6 million to do 25th Street. That was surtax funding. C-SLIP already has a portion of that on Park Road. So they do not, at the present time, I'm working with FDOT to get this town LAP certified. That's a long process. We are halfway there. We are waiting on DOT to give us the direction on the LAP project that was assigned to us. That's a C-SLIP project.
Wait, I'm sorry, can you break it down? Because you said 25th Street, 52nd Street, Park Road. Okay, 25th Street, where are we at with 25th Street?
That is already permitted design. You approved that at the last commission meeting.
Okay.
And phase 1 to go out for construction.
When they will start?
it has to go out. The bid package is being prepared by Craig Smith. As soon as that bid package comes together, I'll put it out on the street for bidding.
Okay, and you said that's C-SLIP and MPO surtax, right?
That is correct.
C-SLIP and S, okay, and surtax. Okay, and those are the two funding sources?
Two other funding sources together with your stormwater funds, your stormwater utility fund.
And stormwater. Okay, how much is of each?
C-SLIP is undetermined because FDOT has not gone through our complete process, our lab certification. 1.6 is from our surtax funding, and the remainder is from this stormwater utility fund.
So what's the total cost for this project?
It's like 3.3 million? 3.3 to 3.4 million from the engineer's estimate. At the last commission meeting, all the numbers were presented. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And we're up to date and compliant on this?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're ready to go. Surtax just want to see it built.
Okay.
They no longer want to see us kick the can down the road.
Okay. Now, 52nd Street, is that C-SLIP or is that just surtax?
Both surtax and C-SLIP.
Okay. And what's the cost for this one?
What they all come bundled. It's called a bundled project. What surtax did, they took those 4 projects and bundled it into one.
Cheaper that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
because some of the designs that was submitted in the surtax funding was 30,000, 50,000. So what they said is, in order to get a consultant, a CCNA consultant to do the job, it's better you bundle the project, which they did recently, and that's what we are working on, to get one consultant to do all 3 designs.
Okay.
This is one of the other projects, which is County Line Road sidewalks improvements. This is the other one, 52nd Avenue. All of these are C-SLIP surtax you're going to see on it. This is one septic to sewer. I identified on the master plan. Some of the areas that are on sewer right now, the septic systems has not connected. You want to give an update on this one? Yeah, on this side right here. There's an area here that has not been connected.
The one out by 95.
That's one area, but there's another area.
There's another area. Yeah, there's a couple areas in some of the mobile home parks.
You want to come up and, yeah, come up and.
Alim, on that 25th Street project, is that for the whole street or is that for half the street? Is that?
That's for the whole street of 25th Street.
Okay, so we're back to doing the whole street because I remember you had broken it up before.
The side streets are the ones not connected to it. Only 25th Street and Park Lane, that's correct.
The project at 25th, the original, yeah. So I'm Daniel Schonk from Craig A. Smith and Associates. The project for 25th Street, the original scope has been truncated back down to fit the funding to the 3.3.
Correct.
So it'll be broken into 2 phases. And I think we have a proposal, should be coming to you guys tomorrow to break that project down and take it all the way through construction, phase 1. And phase 1 will handle the brunt of the flows, the stormwater flows, and then we're hoping phase 2 will add to the CIP for later on construction to go after funding for that in the next grant cycle.
Correct.
Okay, so we don't have the funding to do the complete 25th Street.
No.
If you use all the fund to do 6.3 million, you're going to wipe out your stormwater utility funds completely.
Yeah, I think we covered that. It was a back
the
and
last
forth at the
meeting.
last meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
What happened with that? We found out there was septic tanks on the mobile home park next to Charles Road. Was that the whole park, or is that just a corner of the? What's happening there? Do we know anything about that mobile home park?
Todd has been kind of queuing me in on some of these mobile homes. Some of them, there was sewer actually available, and we just haven't, the town hasn't forced the people to jump on sewer. And that's, I think Todd hit on some of that in the narrative in the stormwater, in the sanitary sewer master plan. So there's some areas that it's basically, enforce the code, and then some areas that our sewer yet, which we are building out projects in the master plan that will be implemented into the CIP for you guys to look at as soon as we get the master plan finalized.
Yeah, I just find it worrisome to find out that there was a septic tank that close to a lake. I don't even think that's code, is it?
Yeah, it happens a lot here in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's literally on the edge of a lake. Okay, we'll work on it.
Can you zoom in? I can't.
No, it's just.
It's just how it is. Sorry.
Can we on the budget? Can we have some magnifiers for the mayor?
Really, I'm the only one up here who can't see that?
So I have one too.
Compared to the
thank you.
spreadsheet, you can't really see the numbers.
I can see the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
That I can't see.
Well, some of the septic tanks that is identified in the master plan that needs to be connect to the system. The town has a system in place, but some of the mobile homes is not connected. And this is the funding. I'm coordinating this project with the consultant. This is the sewer, the area that is unsewered, Keaton Associates.
Is that the? Pump
That's the
station?
area where the entertainment district overlay that we looked at.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the status of that? I mean, because I thought we were still.
Were we
Kind
getting
of.
co-funding from the company?
The status is really, it's not moved. All we got was a proposal, I presented it, and at that point, I was not, the proposal for the design.
Okay, so we need to find funding to do the design.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the developer was
And that's for
willing
the
to
whole
pay
area.
for some.
That's for the whole, that goes from Hollandale Beach Boulevard
To Pembroke
all the way to Pembroke Road,
Okay.
along 30th Avenue.
Okay.
So this is a project that is hanging out there.
Okay.
Do you need directions? Can we give that today on that one?
We gotta see if there's funding available.
We need to look at the budget and see which one is going to be prioritized. And based on the priority funding, that's how we're going to need to, that's how it's done.
But we need the grant writers to see if there's funding.
For
projects-
design.
What projects have funding available for design?
Correct.
Because there is funding available for design.
Correct. Next one.
All right, what that say?
Lift station.
Lift
14?
station 14, this was already assigned earlier last year. Lift station 17, this was already assigned.
Assigned to what? What does that mean when you say assigned?
Assigned for design.
So they haven't been designed, 14 and 17 haven't been designed?
They're in the process of being designed.
Yeah, we're actually handling those. Did you want me to do the update after or right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, lift station 14, 17, and 19, we identified those, I think even prior to the master plan that these needed to be done. We're currently working on those, put it on a hold. Elaine decided it would be a good idea to put it on hold until we get the master plan done and the model done and the master plan to identify everything.
I thought those were
Move forward.
critical.
They're
especially-
critical,
Which one
yeah.
was the one that you
Lift
were?
station 17, if it goes down, we lose Watkins Elementary.
Yeah, 17, well, one of the things we identified with that going through the master plan was there was just an immense amount of flow coming into the lift station.
Well, it's elementary
And part of another project, we had the infiltration, location, and repair. We worked with Aleem over the summer to identify the issues there and piggyback contracts with contractors to get emergency work in to get that cleared up in that system. And then it took a lot of the I&I out of the system. So now we're operating within the operating points of the lift station, and it's not burning up pumps and burning up starters. Well, actually, we had problems with the starters. We had to readjust the chains, and I think we're good with that now. So now that lift station's operating, it's not in this risky zone, and I think we can. It's where we can
Put some more Band-Aids, bubble gum, and duct tape on it.
Yeah, and then we'll get as soon as we get this master plan done. That's a quick turnaround. We're about 50% on the plan, so it's not going to take us very long to just kick it out the door.
When you say not too long, because I'm just thinking, we're losing how many schools in Broward County? So those schools are going to end up being at capacity come August or over capacity because of the fact that they're closing down a lot of the elementary schools. And so they're going to end up having to send those kids somewhere else, which will probably be
Max out our
Watkins.
schools.
Yeah. So if it's not in critical now, what's going to happen in August? Like, where are we at? So if we're doing it with the master plan instead, where are we at with the master plan versus completing this as a standalone, just because in August time when those kids start coming to school and they start flushing the toilets?
Lift station 14 and 17 basins were identified with high INI. That means you had a lot of water coming into the system.
Rainwater.
Correct. Rainwater. Last summer, I did a complete inspection of the system and we corrected the INI in both lift station 17 and 14. So a lot of the flows that were coming into that lift station was corrected already, but within the staff in-house and 2 sections of piping that was lined. The section of piping that was lined is one of those critical sections along 52nd Avenue that you guys approved $90,000 to do as well. So most of the INI in that area is already addressed, bringing the flows down. So the pump station is operating. We recently changed out the pumps and it's functioning properly.
Do we have spare pumps?
And we do have a spare pump, exactly. So all of that is in place for both lift station 14 and lift station 17.
Okay, and 19? Where are we at with 19? Because I know that was another one that was on JC's list when I walked in.
19.
Mine's louder.
So 17 is stabilized.
17 and 14 is stabilized.
They're stable. We just want to update them and bring them up to speed with the design. We want to do submersible pumps, rebuild the station, see what we can salvage. Part of that is part of the design is sizing our wet wells, making sure that it'll handle those flows and these flows you guys are talking about with more flows coming in from the schools. So, we're in that phase where I think we're about 50% and we should be able to get those done by June, probably, those lift stations. The other lift stations, that's 14 and 17. 19, that's a whole different scenario. That is flows from Coca-Cola, and they're very corrosive. So we are looking at designs where we use stainless steel, get a lot more life out of these lifts, out of these pumps.
Sandwich.
Because it's corrosive, highly corrosive, and it's eating those pumps up. And the same thing with the concrete. We got to go in and check the lift station wet wells and make sure that see if it needs lined or if we just need to put whole new wet wells in.
And actually, I'm working with a manufacturer that actually coats the impellers of the pump that prevents the acidic or the sugars that are affecting the pump. We actually met with 2 manufacturers, and I am looking at changing out those pumps with a coated impeller system, which will prevent the pumps from being worn out. So we are also looking at that presently.
Brilliant.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, you said 14 and 17 are going to be on the master plan, which will be completed in June. Is that correct?
No, timeline.
Yeah. The master plan should be done within the next 30 days, but all 3 of these lift stations and the master plan, should be ready to go in June for shovel ready.
Okay. Okay.
Once this is all finished, I think we should party.
It is.
Not around a lift station, though, please.
Okay, this one is actually a PO for INI. INI is just the inflow into the system, and we are addressing these on a basin by basin basis. This is the wastewater master plan. This, we already just spoke about this. This is the SCADA system. We have a grant. We actually got a grant for a little over $594,000. We are working on getting this. We actually have two submittals into the state, and we are working, diligently to get this grant moving forward.
Have you guys reached out to Representative Woodson?
For?
Give her an update on where we are with it, because she was instrumental in getting us that funding.
No, I'm working with DEP. Actually, as of last week, we submitted all the paperwork, and we got back correspondence from the state, from FDEP, stating that it was, as long as we follow our procurement process and use our approved vendor process for the design of the SCADA system or the selection of the SCADA system, then that's all we need to submit to the state. Well, I have not reached out to her officers yet, no.
Okay, because I'm sure she would like
Okay.
to be
I could
able
give
to-
an update.
To give an update when she does her presentations to the cities.
Okay.
Mayor,
well.
may I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
How about we discuss what projects are shovel-ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would love to know that.
Me too.
Okay.
So this one is already ready to go. Stormwater master plan. This is stormwater master plan.
So that's complete and ready to go.
No, this is being designed. Stefano.
We're 2 years on all of these.
Probably another 2 years.
What's that?
It'll probably be another 2 years before it's done.
No, we're currently wrapping up the stormwater master plan. We've finalized all of the modeling, and we are now identifying projects for the CIP we put together. We're working close with Aleem, and we have a few projects already identified, but we're trying to get a full CIP out of the stormwater master plan.
Sir, can you please state your name for the
Going out
record?
to bid.
Stefano Viola with Kimley Horn Associates. Sorry?
They're going out to bid those.
No, the plan will be a full-on plan that then identifies, and then they'd have to go out separately once that plan is complete.
Okay.
All right. and
They'd have to be
you're-
designed too. They're not being designed as part of the stormwater master plan.
Wait, you said they're not pre-designed?
This is just the planning portion of it. They will not be design ready
Okay. All right, so when will this be complete?
this summer. June.
June?
Sorry.
Okay.
So
Yep.
just note, our stormwater and sewer master plans both were 25 years non-compliant with the state. They haven't been done in that long. So we started the project 2 years ago for both the stormwater and the sewer.
Okay.
County Line Road, this is also a surtax project. This is also going to be one of your bundled projects, which Broward County bundled on the surtax.
Mm-hmm.
John P. Lyons,
What projects are shovel-ready? That's what I'm asking.
John P. Lyons is,
Yeah, John P. Lyons has been submitted to DEP, who's the permitting agency for the grant. So it's in their courts right now for review. They said they have like an 8-month process of their review. So it's in their process right now.
How long's it been there?
It went to them a couple weeks ago.
Oh, all right.
the end of the year, huh?
Let's see if I have any notes. Hold on.
Yeah, they did assign a new reviewer. We've been dealing with one reviewer who left, and now they have a new reviewer. But we've made contact with him, made sure that
Start
he's
over.
familiar with where everything is, and
Okay.
so it's in their process.
Liam, what GP funds do we have for this one? For JP Lyons?
John P. Lyons.
Yep.
How much we have on this one, Tom? Yeah.
Yeah.
On the design?
wasn't it about 1.8?
No, it wasn't. It was like about, I think it was 163, but I could confirm the numbers and give it to you. I know it's an HMGP funded project. We sent all the designs and updates to the state, and they're reviewing everything right now. It's in their hands.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing further on the JP Lyons, there's an EPA Superfund cleanup that happens in that area, and that project must be completed before the JP Lyons construction can begin.
EPA?
Yeah.
And that's
Field?
Yeah, and that's supposed to go this year, so it should dovetail in with that project and not delay it. But that is one of the other items that we can't begin on JP Lyons until the EPA's cleanup is complete, which is being run by DEP.
Please just state your name for the record.
I'm Steve Williams, Vice President Engineering for Keith.
And on the cleanup, I did send an email to the state, to EPA. They responded and said by the midsummer, the project is going to be put out to bid, and hopefully by the end of summer, the cleanup should start on the Superfund site. And I got that in writing. I believe I shared it. I'll share that email with all of you tomorrow. I recently sent that email to EPA, and they actually sent me the contact from DEP who is working on the project, and they said hopefully by midsummer, the design is going to be, the project is going to be submitted for bidding, and by the end of summer, a contractor would be chosen to start the project on the cleanup.
Well, thank God for that.
Okay, so I got a question. By 2035, what projects can we anticipate being completed then?
2035.
That's 10 years out, because I've been here 5 years, and the only thing we fixed around here is the sinkhole and repair after repair after repair. No projects.
Hopefully most of the project identified on this list and some of your priority projects on your master plan. This is the update from EPA. The other one is Southwest 25th Street, and this is shovel ready. This is ready to go, and this is one of the projects that is. No, we're good.
Yeah, you covered 25th Street.
Right.
All right.
You covered 25th Street, you covered 52nd, you covered Park Lane
Right.
for C-slip and surtax.
Preserve lighting. Part of it was CDBG. You had 45,000, 65,000 in CDBG funding.
Mm-hmm.
And that was done already, completed.
That was completed when?
Last year.
And the lighting is still not adequate.
Well, whatsoever funding we had, it was spent.
Well, I mean, Barbara Sharif gave us 500,000. We spent that with Giordano to get those lights put in there to begin with, and it's still there's still dark spots. So who's gonna be the one to address those so that we can actually be open after dusk? Because I think that was the whole issue.
If you're going to do a park master plan, you're going to have to do a lighting study in the area to get it updated.
Calvin Giordano did a lighting study.
So you could use the lighting study to do if you want additional lighting.
All right, where are we with the parks master plan?
It has not been addressed. We need to select a consultant.
Okay. My understanding was Commissioner Jacob started this back in December 2022 with Craig A. Smith, and they've done a conceptual plan, and they've spent like 30, almost 40 hours on this. Am I correct or am I not correct?
I just discussed it with them, yes. It was about 35, 40 hours, right?
35 hours.
So,
okay.
So it was brought to us because of funding. We had worked on similar projects, one being Belle Glade for the land water conservation funds. And those are pretty basic plans that you have to throw together for those funds in that application. The application goes into some detail, but not necessarily with the plans. But it was brought to us. We said, yeah, we can do this type of work. We initiated it, just started doing about 35 hours on general services. Around February, we decided to focus, and this was before Elaine was here, so there's been a lot of transition and election.
Study.
Yeah, so the emphasis at that point was to focus on some public works projects that needed focused on the 17th, the lift station 17, lift station 14, and the failing force main repeatedly keeping just the overtime alone. So we decided to focus on those areas, and we hadn't really billed until last month, again, toward general services, toward the park. So for like 9 months there, we hadn't even had a meeting or discussed anything about the park until I came to the meeting and we discussed it again. And it was decided that we should put together a proposal for these services. And we are working on the details of that proposal and how we want to move forward. And then even tonight, there's plenty of other firms. So, if you guys want to spread the work out, this is an opportunity to spread it out too. So, we're not.
You ready the proposal yet or no? Do you
I
have-
think I emailed you a copy of the proposal, but we sent it over to the attorney because there was some concerns with some history in the past with CCNA, with OGI report. We wanted to make sure the attorney was good with everything with the proposal moving forward, and the town was comfortable with the proposal moving forward before we started any work. And then also the scope was pretty vague, and it's floating a lot. That's why I proposed an hourly, but depending on what the attorney and how the town feels about that hourly scope or proposal, we had to work that out before we move forward too. Because like you said, I wasn't planning on any, because of the grant funding we were going after, it had nothing to do with lighting. So you can see how this scope just takes off. Like tonight, we're talking about doing a lighting study and adding lighting to the master plan. So it's one of those floating scopes that, as a firm, we don't really feel comfortable with getting into because of creep, and then having to keep coming back to you guys for approvals for more money for such things.
So it sounds like we need to give it to somebody else who can get it
Yes. And it's
Yeah,
like
or you can involve someone else. But yeah, the scope would have to be narrowed down and identified. And just like you talked to another firm tonight, they're going to spend 30 or 40 days with you intensively trying to narrow down that scope. So whether with us or someone else, and there's plenty of qualified firms here tonight that could take this on. Either way, you're going to have to narrow that scope down and figure out, things that you want in the park even before you get into the master plan itself.
Yeah, you already have too much pressure on, like completion 15, 14, 17. So I think it's a great idea to give. I like the idea, Beta Jones. I need you to I'm giving you the direction. Please contact with him and have the master plan to give it to us, because we don't have enough time actually. And he said he will be 30 days to permit and everything. I want to see their progress.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get a scope and I'll bring the scope back to you guys, and you guys approve it, and then I could take it from there, right?
That's fine.
To add to that, I'll send over everything we have already worked on, and also any correspondence and the contact for the environmental. We did get out ahead of it because of the funding. We do know you guys will need to have environmental involved, so you guys already jumped out ahead of that, hired the environmental firm, and we will put them in contact with the engineer that will be taking over.
Thank you so much for your help.
Okay.
And just so you know why, to get the grant, we have to have the environmental study done, which is at Fish and Wildlife right now. So, waiting on them.
Okay. So, I just need a recap for a second. All right. So the parks, you're gonna contact Beta Jones, correct?
Yeah.
To get a scope, a full scope, yes.
Okay. You're looking at me, Brian.
No,
Am I not?
no,
Okay?
that's the proper process to
No, because
reach
we
out, get
already
the task order.
4 million, and I think they have enough, and we just don't want another issue with our town.
No, as I said, I'm going to reach out to them to get a scope. The scope I'll bring it back to the commission, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Can you also, I know you're gonna kill me for this, but that green park that they did in Lauderhill, HQ something.
Have a look at it.
Yeah, can we have a look at that? Where's that paper
We might steal their project. And
Yeah.
get things moving faster.
Yeah.
The green park was HSQ on page 12 of their presentation. If you could kind of also look at that and get back with her as soon as possible so that we can kind of move that forward. All right, so Parks Master Plan, you're gonna work on that. The stormwater and the sewer are both gonna be completed in June?
That's
the
what-
master plan?
Yep.
I just wanna write everything down. Stormwater and sewer, June. The geoskater is going out to bid When?
Hopefully, that should be going out within the next month or two, depending on what the state tells us.
Geoscate a month or two. So June.
Yeah.
Okay, so June, we're gonna have a long meeting. There was something else. The Ed Hounds.
Hey, before you continue, why is it taking so long on that, on the geoscata? We've had it for a year.
We recently just got the contract returned to us. I'll give you all the correspondence. Weekly, I'm corresponding with the state and DEP. As of last week, we had the last email from them approving the process. Every step of the way, we have to get approval.
Are we in compliant with all the state?
Yes, we are.
Is there a deadline to use this funding by?
We have until next year,
When next year?
June of next year.
When do you anticipate this being done by?
It should be done. It should not be more than 9 months to get done. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Anticipate the project starting then?
Hopefully, if we get everything squared away by June, we could start by mid-June to put it to start getting construction moving.
It gives you a 3-month window for error.
Yeah, but I stand corrected. It's June of 2026 on the deadline for the grant, for the Geoskater grant.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Ed Hounds, in 2 weeks, we're gonna have the RFP ready and put out on the street?
The design is done. I will just pass it along to procurement and they
Okay,
send it out.
All right, so Susie, you have your direction that in 2 weeks you're gonna be putting that out. Are you working with Aline? Is she there? I can't tell.
Yeah,
Yes.
she is there.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, you're short.
She will work with me or Tom to get it done.
Okay.
Hi, Susie Rutlinger. No, I haven't heard anything about this, but I guess I'll get with either Tom or Lee.
Okay, and so we're looking to have that on the street by April 15th?
Yep, the design is here.
Okay, so April 15th, and are you putting that out for a month? What are you doing?
1 month.
1 month, okay. Okay. All right. 25th and 52nd, that's gonna hit the street when? For the C-SLIP MPO?
Well, 25th Street is going to go out within the next, as soon as,
So to break it into 2 phases, we'll have to do about, Daniel Shonk from Craig A. Smith and Associates. To break it into 2 phases, we got to go back through the plans and make the adjustments that the FDPE said we need to adjust, and we'll break it into 2 phases, about $12,000, so about 2 weeks worth of work, and then we should be able to move it to you guys coming to advertise for construction. So, but we haven't. You guys tomorrow have to sign the proposal, so we haven't really been able to start on until the proposal gets signed tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
You guys have.
Tomorrow's a workshop.
Wow. Was it tomorrow? Yeah. Workshop.
It's not a voting meeting.
Yeah, so we can't start the work on this until the proposal gets signed. So we just agreed to the total project cost at the last meeting.
commission
At the last meeting, so that brought us to Aleem saying, yes, go ahead, put the proposal together. We gave the proposal to him last Wednesday or Thursday. And then he needs to bring that to the commission. Commission needs to approve that because our work order was to carry it through construction or through design, not through construction. So the next work order is bidding through the end of construction. So that work order has to be approved before we can start.
Are we able to approve today?
No, Madam Mayor, if I may, no, not at this time, because it needs to be, again, noticed and agendized, and the public have the opportunity to be heard. We can, put it on,
Tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's a workshop.
Tomorrow is just a workshop.
So we're looking at April 10th.
Yeah. How long will it take you guys? A month?
Yeah, probably a month to get it ready to go to bid. And then
So-
advertise for a month, and then construction a month after that.
All right, so April 10th, we're approving the contract, and then in May, you're gonna put that one out to bid.
Yeah, and let's hope that we can get the construction documents awarded. It's about the same time the council goes for vacation. So we want to make sure we're hitting that target before you guys go for vacation, because there's a lot of construction contracts, as you guys are well aware of, that need to be executed prior to your vacation.
Okay.
Is there even capacity out there? Construction capacity?
That's it. We won't know till we bid, kind of thing. So, and let's hope prices are competitive. They're all over the place right now. I think the rest of the engineering firms can vouch for what they're seeing too. Is I'm seeing more bids now, 5 bids as opposed to 3, and it's starting to truncate a little more, show a little more competitiveness. But that's where it is. But yeah, the big thing is making sure we hit all this before you guys go on vacation. That I can foresee.
Well, otherwise we just cancel our vacation, right? Everybody?
You could also give signing authority to, I don't know how your things are, but give signing authority to Aleem.
Yeah, we
to
normally
execute.
You ratify after they come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ratify
You
it.
ratify it after they come back.
Okay. The generator, when is that gonna?
It's on your workshop for tomorrow, and if it's approved at the next official commission meeting, then it goes out to bid.
So that'll be ready to go out to bid in April.
Oh, if it's approved tomorrow, yes, the scope.
Well, it's not, tomorrow's not workshop.
Well, it's on the agenda to discuss tomorrow, yes.
So April 10th, so we can, is that bid like ready to hit the streets if, like that Susie can advertise it for like the 15th?
No, they will take a while for them to do the design. The complete design drawings and every the electrical. That will take at least, I would say, at least 45 days.
God, this generator's been going on for how many years?
Long before I was here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Obviously, it's just being dealt with.
yeah. It's no bit is being,
Okay.
It's Murphy's Law. It's
Yep.
going to die the day before we get the new one.
All right. What else? So I'm trying to have a little cheat sheet of what we have going on when we're in dates. Okay. What's the next one?
these are all the restrooms.
Okay.
No funding, they are not ready. If it's on your list for tomorrow nights to discuss about ARPA funding and allocation.
Vandal proof.
Well,
These are
shoot,
for
they
the-
can't get into the elevator to go upstairs to do anything in the bathroom. So I mean, it's just staff. So staff better not be vandalizing our bathrooms.
No, across the street.
Again, this is the wellness program for all the Nautilus equipment and playground equipment. The total cost I obtained as of yesterday was $177,000. It's on discussion for tomorrow night.
Okay. But wait, are we putting playground equipment in just so that they can rip it out and move it so that the amphitheater? Because we don't have the master plan yet for the amphitheater. And
But all of these is
So we're gonna put the playground equipment in. We're gonna dig it back up and move it because we don't have the master plan yet. And then we're gonna put the amphitheater and all the other stuff like the splash pad and everything else.
well, this is your capital.
Am I confused?
Nope.
Okay,
That's what I'm understanding, and it doesn't make sense.
Oh, this is your capital improvement plan, and this is exactly what is on the plan.
Okay, but shouldn't it? I don't know. Like I feel like I'm putting the cart before the horse.
It's the first time I've heard about
Correct.
it.
Right? I'm saying it right?
It's not. You've heard about it many times.
Well, I don't ever think that it was serious because
So if you want to hold off on all of this, that's not a problem.
we haven't. Yeah, but
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to dig it up and waste the money.
daydream and stuff.
That was.
It makes sense to synchronize
Part of the park
theaters projects.
Hold on. It was part of the park master plan that we were putting together with all the stuff that we were putting in the park. You, me.
I saw
and
it.
Ray sat up
Saw
here
it in there.
discussing the items.
I saw it in there, but just, we have to be, know that the time.
This is the amphitheater, which is also part of the plan.
Okay, well, you're one of 5 of us up here. You don't want to do anything in the park, say something and put a stop to it. It's up to 5 of us to vote on it.
I understand that.
But if you're saying it's not important and you don't want it in there.
I'm saying it should be a priority.
So there's several projects going on here in the town. See the list of them?
Yeah.
They all
I
got
got
different grants, different timelines, different things.
Right.
Some have started years back, some have started recently. Nothing's gotten done.
Yeah, but the more we throw out there, the more pressure we're going to put on our
The
departments.
problem is you got to put these projects together because they take years to complete. It's not like you put this together and it's done in 6 months. It's not like you need a new air conditioner on your house. You have it in the next couple days. It doesn't work like that in municipal government. Here we are. I've been here 5 years talking about the same generator over and over and over again that still has yet to be replaced. We're talking about the same projects that have been sitting here for years that have yet to be fixed. This same exact stuff for years. We've had, since I've been here, we're on our 4th public works director, and we still don't have anything completed. These projects, they keep kicking the can down the road, but to get anything done and you want money, it takes time. Like designing the park, putting the park together. We started doing that last year. The reason we did is because we found out we were 30 years non-compliance with the park. 30 years in non-compliance with the state of Florida with the money the town got for that park over there. So I went up to Tallahassee, I met with them to figure out what we need to do to get in compliance. They gave us the list, we started putting that together. We brought Dan in to go and meet at the park with our grant writer. I think she left. We all went over there to the park. We went around the park, we started putting it together, and I went to at least 20, 30 other parks here in Broward County, went to other municipalities, found out where they got their grants from, different grants and projects on how to put the park together. Put a lot of work into this, and then Dan had him go and start putting it all together for a project that's gonna take the next 4 or 5 years to complete.
More, yeah.
And it takes the grant money to be able to get it. You got to do these steps along the way to get the grant. That's how government works. You got to put the grants together. You got to do this. You can get the money here, then you can do this project. It doesn't like all come in at once and say, "Oh, let's get it done today." It doesn't work like that.
Well,
so this project is going and going.
The reason I said that, Jacob, was because the Ashira had mentioned how everything was going to get placed, and I said we had a plan. I remember seeing it. So, but it doesn't mean that we have to go and do all those things at one time.
But they're not going to happen at one time. The project will take.
Yeah, they
the
couldn't.
Park project, we're looking at 3-4 years to get the park.
That's
project.
what I mean. We couldn't do them all at one time.
And it won't happen at one time. But looking at all these projects here, some of these are years we've had these projects sitting here.
Well, it's
that lift station 17, that lift station 17 needed to be replaced from. I think the last time I had a discussion with you guys was like over 10 years ago. That lift station was slated to be replaced, and all we've been doing is literally dumping money into it to keep it afloat and keep it functioning. So
it's happening now.
Sewage keeps flowing.
Well,
so
we're there now. We're fixing it.
But that's everything else in Pembroke Park. It's just Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid, and these projects don't get done. There's money sitting there. There's 14 million roughly sitting in the funds to do the repairs. There's grant money sitting there to do the repairs. The project's got to start moving forward instead of just sitting there. At some point, the state's going to come and say, "Hey, listen, you got all these tax dollars, you haven't used them. Guess what? We're taking them back and giving them back." And we're already losing grants that aren't getting completed. We've given back now, I think, 2 grants with the police department. So.
Roy gave back, I think, 4 last year.
What?
4 grants he returned the money to 4 before he left.
2.
No, the 2 for the cops or the last year with Roy? Roy returned money.
2 more. So we gave back over 130,000 for the police department. We just gave back another 55,000 to DOT for the police department, and I don't know what the other 2 are. So
Yeah, one we lost because of a timeline. I know that they didn't get this stuff in time.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
But we're not in the business of taking all this time and effort to get these grants. It's not easy to get grant money and then have to give them back because we don't have people capable of handling the grants or completing the tasks that the grants are for. And that's the problem here in town. No one wants to get the job done. No one wants to do the work. And, you know, the can just keeps getting kicked down the road. That's why I asked 2035. That's 10 years. What can we expect to be done in the next 10 years?
Well, things are going to get done. We're getting there. At least we're talking about it to getting it done.
Talk is
We
talk.
weren't doing
but
that before.
the talk's been going on for years. Nothing's getting done. You know, I said I was going to build a police department. Look what happened. Got it open, got it done. You know, and it did happen, and we did it. It's the only real project besides the sinkhole over there that's been completed around here. So, what do you have, sir?
Steve Smith, Craig Smith.
The microphone. Thank you.
Steve Smith, Craig Smith and Associates. I don't want to butt into things. I just want to reiterate, we're here and we've always been here to help to get things done. And all you got to do is say, get it done. Can I take tonight that you're saying go ahead and continue working on 14, 17, and 19 so we can get those done? We were put on hold. So can we move forward with those and get those finished up, get those designs done? And I think everybody else here, all the other consultants, I mean, everyone wants to get the work done for y'all. We're here to serve. We truly are. We always have been. We just need you to say, yeah, get it done, please.
And here's the thing. I didn't know any of those projects got put on hold. I thought we were going forward with them because that's the direction we given the.
Those three were put on hold while we were working on the master plan.
Right.
Master plan, as you know, we had a lot of difficulties
I
getting
understand.
records and whatnot. Okay, and look, I'm not here to point fingers. All I'm saying is we're trying to get it done.
Thank you.
Okay, but we need cooperation across the board. Okay, and I'm just trying to be as honest and sincere as I can be. All right, so we want it done. I know you guys want it done. The community wants it done. We all want it done. You got a lot on your plate, but lean on us. Tell us, yes, go ahead, please, get it done. Okay, and I think all the other consultants feel the same way. So.
We understand
Yes.
everything's
Okay.
interconnected. We understand that.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
As
Thank
long
you.
as these projects, and the only thing I'm looking at is as long as the master plan is on par with these repairs, then there's no reason for us not to repair those lift stations. Again, I went up to Tallahassee, sat at our state legislature saying, listen, last year, we lose this lift station, we lose our elementary school. And now Broward County's talking about closing elementary schools. Last thing we need is something major happening and losing one of our schools in the area. That lift station is in bad shape, you know. Thank you for getting it functional, but it's still in bad shape. Excuse me.
I think the commission needs to give them direction to get those lift stations done.
I agree.
I agree.
Specifically those three, just because of the fact that I don't want us to be caught in a situation where.
As this is a special, do we need to vote for a recommendation on that?
Well, these were projects that were already awarded.
Right.
yeah.
And from speaking with Aleem and then hearing the testimony, the comments before you, the only reason why it was put on hold was because of the master plan. So there's no other legal impediment. And I think the direction given by consensus, if the commission wanted to pass a motion, you could, but the consensus also would be enough, again, given the direction to the acting city manager to move those projects forward.
Okay. I consent.
I think we all.
Yeah.
So we're all in
Consensus of
agreement.
going forward on all three lift stations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be the direction given to the city manager to move those forward, the acting city manager to move those forward.
Yes.
That's a yes.
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 Yes. Okay. What else do we have shovel ready?
That's it. There's all your CIP projects.
Okay, which is just the three, the 25th Street, 52nd, and County Line Park Road.
John P. Lyons, but that is going to be placed on hold because of EPA requirements.
Yeah, we
Got to
can't.
wait on the EPA for the brownfield.
EPA has to finish the cleanup, and then that is also going to hinge on us doing Park Road and the paving on Park Road, which is a surtax project.
Okay. All right. All right, so we need to get more projects shovel-ready, is basically what we heard tonight, so that they can move it forward. So we need to schedule a workshop to kind of go through that. Can you guys give your availability to the clerk or to Susie so that we can do a special to kind of go through and prioritize these things so that we know what we're getting shovel-ready? Are you guys okay with that?
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Uh,
that will be done. Otherwise,
Okay.
We can't be the dais cannot be holding up anything. We need to do our part and then.
It's not the dais
Managers
that's
are
holding
the-
up the projects, it's staff. It's the management, the leadership here in the town that's holding up these projects. The commission has been in full support of pushing these forward
Yeah,
and
but-
working diligently to get grant money and bring in the resources for these projects.
Yeah, but as you know,
I
we
spent
lost a lot of
time doing it.
We have lost a lot of brain power here in town. I'm not going to discuss why, but right now, Alim have been here for 8-9 months, and he had cleaned up a lot of things, and I believe things are moving in the right direction. So if we can focus on getting work done instead of requesting all kind of proofs and files, etc., so we free up their time to do what you want them to do.
Okay.
Your
All right.
allegations are duly noted.
All right. With that being said, is there anything, Aline, that you want to add as far as any of these CIPs, or is there anything you want to add? Is there, okay, Dan? I saw a hand up.
While we're on the, this is Daniel Schultz from Craig A. Smith and Associates. While we're on the topic of the CIP, we have gone ahead in the master plan and scoped, I think, 10 projects that I presented at a prior meeting that we're recommending for the CIP. So those are still available for you guys to look at and be in your mind for when you want to add those to the CIP to get those on the schedule for the future. Hopefully we get the master plan done here real soon, and you guys will have those projects to pick and choose through for funding and to scale, prioritize.
Okay. So when we do the special, we'll do the prioritization and adding those potential 10 projects and prioritizing those as well to see what we need to prioritize. So we'll have that in the next 2 weeks if everyone's available.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm looking at y'all. Y'all aren't giving me the yes, no, maybe look. Okay. Yes? Y'all are fine with that? Okay. Aline, what else do you have to add?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I think Dan touched on it because your stormwater master plan and your wastewater master plan is going to identify all your priority needs for your sanitary system and for your stormwater system. And it's only when those are complete, then you could have an idea of what type of funding and which ones are you going to tackle first. So I think getting your master plans done is going to be an integral part of planning and moving forward. It's not just going ahead and selecting a lift station or selecting something to be done. That is why you're doing a master plan, so you could get a prioritized list, so you can develop your capital plan based on that.
Well, I think because 14, 17, and 19 were identified in the past as having been highly problematic, I think those are definitely things that we need to push forward sooner rather than later than waiting for this, because I don't want to be stuck with 500 kids and sticking them upstairs because I'm not teaching anything to anybody's kid.
Oh, come on.
Not happening. So I think we need to move that forward. Is there anything, Commissioner? Well, do we have Commissioner comments on this
no,
one?
We need the comments. You need to go to the comments.
We do have comments? Oh, yeah. Okay. Attorney comments?
Thank you for having me.
Okay, thanks. All right. Oh, sorry, let me ask. Or is there anything else? Because I know we asked you guys to stay if you had any input. Was there anything else you guys wanted to? No? You guys are good, right?
You don't have that much money.
Listen, the 5-minute rule is out the door. Thank you. All right, so then we're good. Town manager comments?
No comment.
Okay, commissioner comments? I'm gonna start down at that end. Bill?
No.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So at the last meeting we attended, I brought up a fact that there were some rumors and some allegations going on of situations within our police department. I brought it up. I asked the commissioners if they have heard these same rumors, and Commissioner Kashim stepped up and said she had heard all three of the same thing, while Commissioner Hodgkins and Commissioner Morissette said they had not. I was made aware last week that there was a meeting up in the police department where the lieutenant met with the police chief, bringing forward these allegations to the police chief, including report numbers that go along with it. And they were both made completely aware of these allegations. When it comes to public safety, that is our number one priority here in Pembroke Park. And when it comes to our police department, and any officer nationwide that would do what those allegations are towards an officer would be put on administrative leave effective immediately and pending investigation. Apparently that's not what's happening here in the town, which puts our residents, citizens, and citizen civil rights in jeopardy. So I'd bring forward that we need to look for a new police chief and start to look for a new police chief. But every time I've recommended we get rid of a bad apple around here, I continue to be attacked because the commission never supports it. I did this with the former town manager, and I underwent attack for multiple months. I did this with the former HR director 2 months after she was here. Didn't touch anything after that. And you know what? I went under attack after that, including a pending lawsuit now. So I'd make a recommendation, but the problem is she keeps putting frivolous charges against me, criminal charges against me. And just by me saying this right now, I expect more frivolous criminal charges to continue on behalf of this police chief. But there's an abundance of complaints that have been coming through our police department, through our attorneys and law firm, that y'all need to investigate and look into. You need to have a talk with the attorneys and find out what's going on, because we've had an abundance of complaints over the last 6 months going through. It's time you guys pay attention and go out and get a new police chief. I'm not going to be the one to recommend it. I'm not going to be the one to do it. It's all on the rest of you, because I'm tired of taking hit after hit after hit, because I'm the only one that has it to step up and do what's right for our community. It's time for you all to step up and do what's right for this community. And when it comes to public safety, anyone gets hurt, you guys are all aware of it. You've been made aware of it. But you straight said you did not know about it at the last meeting when you were fully aware of the situation. So I find that as rather alarming, especially for you, Vice Mayor, as you are the police commissioner, and you said you were unaware. But come to find out you were. So I see this as a very serious issue, and we're in a very fragile spot with our police department. And again, it's on this commission to do something to correct this problem, and see what we can do to save what we have left.
Assistant Town Attorney, or as the commissioners up here, are we allowed to butt in to the police department's business when they have, they have like a union reps that they can go to and all this type of stuff? Are we supposed to get involved in that? Their arguments and their tit for tat stuff in the police department?
Well,
This has nothing to do with that. This has everything.
it does, and there are investigations right now, and
Hold on, I need one person at a time. So.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hodgkins.
I'm still talking because this is still my time. This has everything to do with public safety and the safety of our residents. That's what it has to do with. Has nothing to do with a specific officer or whatnot. This has everything to do with public safety. So
Okay, hold on. Let Commissioner Jacobs finish first.
I'm done. It falls upon deaf ears every time I speak. So
I don't think it's falling upon deaf ears.
I think it does. It just.
Well, no, I don't think it does either. But what I'm saying, if there's a problem, I don't think it's us here that fixes that problem. I think that they have local reps. They have all this union behind them and stuff like that. I think they're supposed to deal that differently than.
But you guys realize every department head and director in this town.
I'm asking for the attorney's
works under
opinion.
the commission, including the police chief. Is appointed by the commission.
I think it's my time now.
Hold on, he's going to answer the question.
Okay.
Oh, Madam Mayor,
Okay.
may I respond?
Yes.
Okay. No, it's on. It's on. So there are general, processes involved. Without knowing the specifics of this particular incident, we'd have to look into it further. I'm not prepared to speak on it now because again, there's a lot of. You are correct. There are different things in play when it comes to whether the unions and under the state statutes and investigations and everything else. However, of course, depending on what the situation is, different rules might apply. So I wouldn't be able to opine, nor am I prepared to opine on that without knowing anything more than I do right now, which is nothing.
Me too.
Okay.
I know exactly that much.
Okay.
I can just say.
Hold on, I want to
that-
add something.
yeah.
So Attorney Horowitz is aware of the complaints and allegations that were raised. I'm also aware of the allegations of the incidences that occurred because I have been having a hard time of getting through the lobby because of residents being in here complaining about different things. Attorney Horowitz and we brainstormed together. He's had the conversation with Aleem as well regarding that, and that's where we came up with the doing a police assessment as one of the options. Actually, the attorney did reach out to FDLE because of the complaints and the serious nature of those complaints. It is our job not to deal with the day-to-day operations, but it is our job to oversee policy. That's what we do, and that's something that we can't skirt our responsibilities of dealing with policies. And we are the responsible ones when it comes to hiring certain department heads. So that does bring that back before this commission to address. Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. First of all, if there are rumors or accusations, they are being investigated. And as long as they are under investigation, we should not comment on them from a legal perspective. And yes, I'm aware of the allegations now. And again, the proper authorities are looking into them. So let the process function and wait for the results.
Okay, is there anyone else on the dais who wanted to address this issue? I know that you had an officer who wanted to come down and speak.
I don't think that's the best idea.
Well, it is allowed.
Good evening, everyone. Just to comment on what Commissioner Jacobs said. I'm sorry, Dwayne Kaysen.
Just a microphone.
Dwayne Kaysen, acting police sergeant. With everything that has been allegedly come forth, it is being investigated. I cannot speak on who's investigating it. I cannot speak on the allegations that were made. I cannot even speak. I can't even, because this situation is so tedious, you guys shouldn't even be discussing it on the dais because it could contaminate the investigation and it can be thrown out. That is one of the repercussions. So anytime an investigation is open, an allegation, I can assure you that the chief has confronted every allegation that has been made, and every allegation has been passed up and is being thoroughly investigated based on what based on her job description. We do have a union in place. It should be coming in place soon. So with that being said, anything that is going on as far as allegations or complaints, they are being addressed and they are being properly forwarded up the chain of command, and that's via the chief.
Great. Thank you, sir.
And these weren't directed towards any one officer, it was directed towards the police chief herself.
No, I'm not.
Completely different than anything directed towards an officer, because I have not brought forward who that officer is, anything to do with the allegations. I brought it up to see if the commission was aware, because the chief has failed to act. The chief is now apparently acting. So, but it's been taken way too long for the chief to act. The day an allegation like that came out, the day that officer should be put on administrative leave. Nationwide, that's what would
as far as administrative leave, they have due process. Until that officer or the chief deems necessary, then that would be a forthcoming event.
Okay, and then this discussion was also about the police chief.
Yeah, as far as now, I can't answer for her. So when she's here, you can ask her the question you need to ask her. But as far as what's going on with her, I don't know any allegations as far as she's concerned, but I just know when it comes to an officer, by me being a part of the union, there are certain things that we can discuss and we can't discuss, and there are certain things that we can't even hint towards because it could be dire to the investigation. Now, as far as the police chief, she would have to answer for her own. I can't answer for her as far as the allegations or whatever's going on in that department.
Okay, thank you.
Can
Yeah.
we hear the
No.
other officer?
Yeah, no, I thank you. I thank you for your concerns. I just want to make sure that we're clear that Commissioner Jacobs was not directing anything towards any particular officer, but the leadership of the department and the policies and procedures that should be handled by the chief as it pertains to dealing with the day-to-day operations. Commissioner Jacobs is not trying to impede the day-to-day operations of the department, but he's asking that leadership and management manage the department when these allegations occur. And if we have a problem with the management, then it is our job as the commission up here on this dais to handle managing the manager, because the manager reports directly to the commission. And I think that's what he was
I
saying.
had to say.
Huh?
I said, did you just support what I had
I
to say?
did. Oh my gosh, lightning's going to strike me.
I'm going to write that in my
I wouldn't really make judgments until something is finished, though, until you get the investigations finished or whatever, before you go making judgments on somebody already.
I agree.
Well, that was one of the things why I asked for the
That sounds like
assessment.
what you're doing. You sounds like
That's-
you've already made up your mind.
Well, that's why I asked for an assessment. And Attorney Horowitz was the one that suggested that when I went to him with my concerns because of the things that I was hearing, which is separate and apart from the stuff that was presented. My issues that I heard were things that were going on every time I came into the building, into the lobby area, and I couldn't get through without handling or addressing citizen complaints. So that's why I took the statements that were given to me and I turned them over to the attorney, because after having conversation and with and it falling on deaf ears, something has to be done, which is why I asked what was the best way to handle it, because of the fact that we have a responsibility to our residents, and we also don't want to put the town in the way of another lawsuit. And so
I'm here every day. I'm here every single day, Mayor. I don't see a bunch of people hanging out in the lobby.
I can give you phone numbers and names if you'd like, but they've been in this lobby on numerous occasions.
All police departments all over the nations get complaints. So let's deal with them in the proper way and not jump to any kind of conclusions.
Well, we're not. That's why I asked for a police assessment. That's why I also asked for the things that I asked for, which was on the agenda for the last meeting. And I'm going to ask for them again at the next meeting. The attorney had presented it when I wasn't here because I had left early during the meeting 2 meetings ago. And it was also carried over to the voting meeting and it was pulled. So that's why I'm putting it out there that, hey, look, there are other options and things that need to be done. A citizen advisory board, a police assessment, a public safeties director. Those are things that we can put in place to kind of help us deal with and manage the problems that we're currently facing and get a handle on what's really going on. That's why the attorney suggested an assessment. It's been a year. We need to know what we need to do, what we should be doing, which direction, and everything else that we're going in. Do you have any other comments, Commissioner Jacobs? Commissioner Kishim? Vice Mayor Morissette?
Well, I would like to see the people acknowledge the success of the police department. We just passed the FPDLE, what is it called?
FDLE.
Yeah.
FDLE.
We had the certificate now. It's a milestone, and the police department is moving in the right direction. And now they have a house, a home, and I think they will succeed very well. And please give them the chance to succeed. Thank you.
Okay. Announcements, farm share, April 6th.
Here.
I got your paper right there.
Oh, okay.
All right, and everyone else, there's a copy of the next meeting. The next commission meeting is
Tomorrow.
The workshop is March 27th, regular meeting April 10th, special magistrate April 17th, and workshop April 24th. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.